入咗啦，16強，依家喺 loser size 嗰度游緊水。大家好，咁啊等佢哋 announcement， 而家喺度。唉，陣間轉播嘅人要落場打，堅唔堅真係？等搭半就正式開始睇CPT， 應該聽佢吹水多，跟住4點就開始打。我對咗空嘅。唉，唔 respect 啦。都唔放波嘅。出 pool 先 top 16，呢隻 game 要 top 唔知 top 幾先有意思。如果唔係都係游水。top 4好似先 top 4先有錢，冇記錯，都幾苛刻。咁啊，搭半正式開始睇比賽啊！咁啊，依家就因為鳩玩下先，如果唔係唔知做咩好。開熱舊拖仲有咩？我都唔知喎。佢晚基本上佢每日都嘈交㗎啦，我都 即係唔係開亞東就開亞西咁樣，所以都唔係咩，都唔係啲咩新聞嚟。台灣大哥冇嘅，睇線嘅啫。老實講，我覺得 Mickey 都出唔到鋪嘅，我都唔打，我唔係好夠佢，都唔夠佢打啦。即係名次呢啲嘢，除非贏到冠軍，如果唔係爭好遠。喂，跌咗啦！啊，有排捱呢位。哦，你自己戇居，做咩俾我cut？依家佢哋原來入咗16強之後，入咗 Capcom 個比賽之後咧，佢哋嗰啲行程好，即係佢做到好，即係唔可以出錯咁樣咧，要周住嗰個 Discord 一 PM 可以識出喐，好事啩我估。而家入咗16強，依家咧最大問題就係咧，我打得下嘅，我要開 game 入去，即係唔可以淨係做，唔可以刪 game 淨係睇直播，都幾麻煩。我好少晏晝打 rap， 有啲人同我夜晚打 rap。黐線，我鳩我第一下俾佢弄晒。JP 玩咗一陣啦，我好想改，不過仲未改到。哎呀，好煩啊，係咁攬，我帶住個跳掣啊就。我好搞唔掂呢啲買晒咁攬嘅埋晒，硬係覺得可以跳，跟住之後我又唔拉住個跳掣，好難打啊！咁我點打啫？我夠啦！ 咪贏到嗰啲即係比賽成日都 top 嗰啲咪打咯，都係覺得好多人都覺得即係都係陪跑，包括我在內啦。打啲要鳩我佢得㗎啦，呢啲咪要鳩我佢。係好事嚟嘅，轉下環境，如果唔係好悶啫嘛。可能有啲時間，可能凌晨時間，可能凌晨時間佢哋嗰啲人可能仲即係佢哋可能唔係好勁添啊機會。依家多咗韓國人咯，因為個 rank 嗰個 search 嗰個範圍大咗，所以打 rank 又多咗見到佢攞 chicken 釘嗰啲人。澳門嚟嚟去咪又係 Liquid 神同 BK 位就係咁噶啦，唉死咗佢算啦，好難，呢個位好難分嘅。CA 咗之後咧都 come back 唔到就，即係個血量就好尷尬。唔得噶，你唔可以打兩個區嘅 CPT 嘅，除非你打香港唔打英國咯。如果佢打咗就應該就冇得打英國。如果唔係啲人咁啊就嗱澳洲 CPT 咁飛去澳洲打，跟住之後跟住飛完澳洲之後北美 CPT 又飛去北美咁樣，即係無限碌，即係你冇得咁樣喺度。彈下咁樣，係咯，都唔係點會唔打？好啦。咁啊，準備睇比賽啦！聲音啲隔路好細聲，唔知而家點？係㗎，多數你贏咗之後先至 challenge 你喺咪度嘅，而唔係報名嘅時候已經喺度逐個喺度對，因為即係逐個對咪好嘥資源，又要出示身份證咁樣。係啊，12月啦，所以嗰個即係如果嗰啲早嘅又去打唔到啦，依家遲咁咪可以去試下咯。日本好似都係12月，唔知而家每個禮拜有一個啦，唔知邊個地區。因為英國咧，因為歐洲又有分嗰啲咩東歐西歐嘅，法國有一個區，英國有一個區，跟住唔知咩嗰啲咩，跟住再隔離有一個區咁。東歐西歐又德國有一個區，我覺得比利時嗰邊。每個區都有啲，嘢咁啊，咁所以咪有30幾個位咯。Warrior 咯，分得仲細。 Warrior 香港都係跟台灣嗰邊，即係韓國自己一個 Warrior， 所以就即係分到咁細咧就好啦。呢個係哇，仲有半個鐘喎，唉，打一陣啦咁，有半個鐘啊！我以為佢會有啲嘢睇下添。咁啊，我開咗定街霸啦，冇嘢做，定係齋吹啊？我都唔知有咩好做。你覺得邊邊好打係啊？你講真，你真係你打死一個嘅話，你覺得邊邊好打可以去邊邊？如果你覺得可能即係如果你覺得可能澳洲好打，咁你就凍喺澳洲度，凍即係你唔打其他，一嘢移民過去，咪即係過去1年咁樣都得㗎。不過其實唔知得唔得啦，我驚即係如果之後多人咁做，玩爛咗個規矩又嗰啲尷唔尷？但係你可以咁玩。我係 JP 可以 JP 玩下先。我 JP 係適用喺呢個 rank 入邊。哇屌！我唔放嘢，你唔通喎？屌！又嚟？有份打啊，所以兩頭跑，唔好諗住開台就算啦。不過報咗名又打埋佢啦。跟住之後打下係啊，Top16啊，我就打咯。咗嘅，我都唔識擋噶，冇人識擋嘅。睇比賽都冇人擋到嘅。JP 個 C 咁笨。撳咗啊，微信。其實衝過嚟啦佢，不如。 不如專心等佢衝過嚟。今日 Top16啊，Top8咯打到，聽日先至 final。我截咗㗎。 打未啊？嗰邊19蚊，19時分鐘，仲未得嗰邊。快又好快打完嘅，你要即係你要如果搶二咯，尤其12場比賽啫嘛 ，Winner 8場 ，Winner 4場 ，Loser 8場。點打呢啲啊？有啲 Kimberly 咁樣咧，一路撳嗰個中腳喺度試人，好近。而家大門啊，一個 hit 波無名指無名指不嬲都係揾笨㗎啦，所以有啲人要練好多 short cut 啊，或者尤其啲 C 嗰啲位咧，好難撳嘅。大門用 Kimberly 打嘅 ，Kimberly 又 OK 嘅 ，JP Top 好啲唔打。雖然 JP 喺眼中打過每一個都係撳嗰個掣。哇！佢避咗，佢個鏟避咗我個，一定㗎啦！你夾硬要硬兜啊！嗰啲 short cut 可以唔用無名指嘅，不過即係用咁少幾下啦。不過要練啦，我覺得又係揾笨。 硬跳過去，呢個可以唔使用師嘅 ，level 1啊，或者用嗰個，或者用嗰個TC 殺成關。 可以，不過你隻手要 turn 過一格啦。你可唔可以咁樣掃過去？唔易啊，同你講 turn 過去，可能仲難過托金圖，個火咁慢所以。 好唔識打啊！真係點打嘅人度咯。咁你仲未開始喎？咦唔係喎，有班 F 咯。we're ready 啊？咁可以，我 ready 定啦咁。 升其實可以3-2-3啊，睇你坐得好，睇你點坐啦呢個。嗱班 F 嘅演講，可唔可以唔好啊？
block a projectile, walk forward, block a projectile. And every time he did that, he would push that portal off screen. And once you stretch the screen and make the portal go off screen, it goes away, right? And then suddenly he has more freedom to move because there's no looming threat of this spike coming from above. So Reynolds kept doing that, spending his drive meter to do that, and Snake Eyes was recognizing that. I was like, wait, if I find these pixels to move forward, I will move forward, move that off the screen, and when I block the
班 F 同埋呢個 Snake Eyes 對呢個呢個 JP 咧係好似前一次嗰個加拿大西嗰個 CPT 啊，即係 Snake Eyes 又贏咗呢個比賽咧，直接入去呢個 K-1 級咯。
into the SPD comboed, you know, because finally, once you get JP into that spot, he squirms like anybody else, man. There is the OD amnesia to potentially counter an SPD, but once you're in that spot where you're in SPD range and Zangief is just like
呢個 JP 可以3-0，呢個戇居呢個咧空中咧中咗2下，咁就可以直接你要打一個空中 ENG超屈嘅。
But it wasn't easy that first set because he goes down. 不
過依家佢係咪全部完全回顧晒所有嘅比賽嘅精華，跟住之後再先至開始比賽，有10分鐘。咁啊，等嗰邊開波啦。
underestimate the significance or undersell the significance of what we saw him do because for him to walk is you have to he's
其實你望下啱啱 JP 嘅話，追完到咁樣喺度自轉咧 ，JP 都唔識確反，咁你贏氣㗎，即係你咁樣 friend 底好難幫你喎。不過隻 JP 咁樣咧就係爭一鋪咁啊，可以贏，跟住之後咁樣俾人一個 combo， 咁樣俾人一個咁樣俾人雖然都咁樣打死，真係人生一大遺憾，應該求心理陰影面積。
There's set gaps too, right? Like you have to understand the matchup. A lesser Zangief would probably just hold down back and be like, I can't do anything, right? Spike, projectile, projectile. But there's gaps between them, and those pixels that you move forward, they add up, right? Like, every inch counts in this approach that you take. And then once he gets into that range, I do think Zangief's buttons are kind of good in that range. Like, one thing about the Zangief sweep, which he relied on, is a really good whiff punish.
呢個蘇記呢個 Rush 嗰個立中拳咧，之後再指令頭都係成日出嘅，好勁嘅。第一下咧擋咗之後咧就 SVD 啦，中咗咧就可以搏埋嚟2-3下，因為 Rush 嘅關係咧，咁啊可以搏埋嚟3下。等人點？喺 Lusa 嗰邊等咯，依家咪等直播咯，等上場。呢個咧職業選手，哇！你睇下咁嘅甩法，你真係點會贏？即係雖然佬係躺着勝喎，真係對面放晒啲機會俾你，只要拉住個擋仔，佢哋就會自己爆自爆，然後你就可以再確反，都幾犀利，都幾躺。
It doesn't cause this knockdown and reset the situation. He can afford to eat those. So if he can bulldog his way in, find those sweeps, and then you get the momentum, he can risk doing something like a sweep on block at that kind of range, right? Even if he's not just whiff punishing, which he did do. He also did whiff punishing, but he can also risk those buttons as well because the reward is so worth it in that instance.
All this character matchup, the stuff that Brian is pointing out is even if your character loses a matchup overall, there are pockets, there's places where your character wins, and the better of a player you are, you can make the matchup go to those spots on the screen more consistently.
OK 啦，兼大 JP 算係咁啦。不過問題係 JP 本身勁咧，你即使好打都好咧，都唔係有利，只不過係5波對 JP 嚟講叫不利，你打其他角色都係有利。咁5波咪打和咯。
And it's funny you mentioned that because he said in the first set, winners finals, where he got 3-0'd, it was kind of a wash. Like some games were competitive, but other ones were
又係
zoning from JP.
你哋揞住良心講嘢 ，JP 都呢個 Kimberly 都 T 嚟，好意思。
But then when it came to grand finals, he said, forget Reynolds' style. I'm just going to focus on what I know about the matchup. He went straight back to look. Snake Eyes is a grinder. Like we talked about. Snake Eyes being a god. How did he get to that way? He puts in the hours. This guy has been
有啲良知好喎，咁樣屈我隻角落去。
Since he's been a competitive fighting game player, he streams nonstop. He puts in the work. He knows all the nuances. He knows these matchups. JP, they're out there and ranked, and Snake Eyes is grinding, running.
呢個 win 翻嚟都輸咗啦。如果唔係 Snake Eyes 點會喺下邊打翻上嚟？
He tried to just play the matchup in that sense, and then that's where he found a lot more success.
呢個幾慘，因為連防咧，所以就冇得 impact 炸咗個場度。咁啊，仲有7分鐘，我都係捕住嗰個，可以捕住嗰個 challenge。
I'm glad that you bring that up because
he didn't find those moments.
That's a choke.
I think when grand final started.
因為今日打到 Top 8啊，Top 16打到 Top 8，所以今日分唔到勝負嘅，聽日先至分勝負。
Reynolds was not handling the pressure as it built up, right? So he was up 2-1. I think that entire time, even as Reynolds was winning games, Snake Eyes was still. It's like that monster movie, the slow monster approaching. You see it on the horizon, and no matter how far.
咁實有嘅，成個韓國咁大，實有一個用 Kimberly 嘅。問題即係打唔打得上去咁解啫。
Another factor with this is, yeah, JP definitely beat Zangief, but who are you practicing the Zangief matchup with to be ready for this moment?
And Brian, who are you playing the Zangief matchup with to be placing him on a tier list? I'm glad you used that sentence because that's my whole point. If you have not, I'm telling you, as somebody who plays Danny fan, bro, I promise you, dog, like you do not play against any good Zangiefs. How y'all all putting him in this trash tier? And you don't play you don't play one Zangief. You don't know good Zangiefs. If you have not played, I'm gonna assume Brutus is godlike. I have not played him, but from what I know that Danny Pham is, when we see him at Evo, he's godlike. You're not gonna play Danny Pham and think that the character is trash. I promise you that.
Right. So you're not gonna play Snake Eyes and think the character is trash. The character, I mean, like I said, it's a modern Street Fighter. I would still argue that Zangief has more bad matchups than most characters. Absolutely.
That's fair.
But you can overcome those matchups by being the better player, for sure. Like, players like Snake Eyes, they find a way to get it done because Snake Eyes is just
又係呢個畫面，又係呢個 friend 底畫面，真係你話係咪 friend 底嘅真係？咁樣可以打翻轉頭。呢個咧又係好難嘅呢個咧你要睇到佢放鬼，仲要分到佢係真定假鬼咧，你先至可以出呢個 level 2。咁啊，真係俾佢急中咁啊，冇計。嗱，雖然佬又係嗰啲又太慢咧，焗住要跳嘅呢個色。你唔跳咧就好容易俾呢個蘇記，好容易俾 JP 彈翻走，咁啊等死嘅之後就。
And you make it happen. And also, I think there's the player psychology part. I think Snake Eyes was just mentally stronger for this set, absolutely. And I think when you play an advantage character, like putting myself in Reynolds' position, once I lost after being up 2-1 and it was 2-2, I would be terrified. I would be a little bit scared the whole time. Like, okay, I'm doing okay. I'm keeping him out. I'm doing all right. I'm about to win, and then I don't. Oh no. Am I about to
Top16啊，係啊。
reset the bracket? Am I about to lose the favorable matchup? Do I have to win a whole other set now to get into Capcom Cup? Is he figuring out my patterns? Is he getting in? Oh wait,
咁啊等
do I jump? Do I,
等佢熱揮有排。
Psychological pressure it exerts over time can be the difference maker. And I think the longer set format helps Snake Eyes mentally break down Reynolds.
啊，仲有3分鐘咁就有嘢睇啦。
Its way through the zoning barrage, and Reynolds wasn't able to adapt in time.
Brian, I just want to point out, bro. I feel like before we even wrap this all up, your breakdown, I feel like we both just did a great. Like that was one of my favorite breakdowns that we did. But the way that you
拍得之門氣氣地啦。
That's one of my favorite breakdowns that I heard from you, bro. That was dope and interesting.
太長啦，呢隻 game 好難玩到，即係好難完，好長嘅隻 game。乜心機話？
And we're always searching for solutions to all the problems. Even if you play a character like JP or Ken, you're still looking for solutions to problems. If these games were so easily solved, they would not be entertaining for us to play. The human mind craves problem solving and adversity, and that's what we look to. So we try to find solutions to these problems. Trust me, if it was that easy, it wouldn't be worth doing. So get in the lab, characters that you truly identify with,
有外圍係咪？
and try to win.
And that is exactly what these players are about to do.
差唔多啦，仲有3分鐘。哇！我 lose 晒第一場就到喎，要隨時要開機。睇晒4場之後就開機。太長啦，搞唔掂。可以玩翻啲動作啲嘅 game 算，直接啲嘅。個8個鐘有啲誇張啫，我覺得一隻 game 30個鐘已經好極限。呢個係咪 Aki 嗰個 trailer？ 因為我覺得 Chris Wong Champ 都唔奇，一係就 Chris Wong， 一係就雷殺咯。呢度睇 NL 都有啲問題，我覺得嗰扎人都好勁。好期待呢隻歌啊，好犀利啊！又喎唔掂啦，唔夠 Chris Wong 打。呢個輕拳會識咁樣 ，TC 睇下個輕拳幾遠，跟住個中，跟住呢個有即係有齊晒所有嘢中段啊嗰啲，跟住有一入毒，超犀利。當係啦，唔知佢徒弟，佢徒弟咯，班嘅徒弟，呢個前彈。呢個後彈，呢個毒咗之後咧就會有嗰個爆炸嗰個圈出嚟。哇！呢個真係勁快喎，呢個鏟，呢個可以 set play， 然後呢個超犀利嘅啫，呢個又係超犀利嘅。呢個踢到犀利，呢個好似話係應該唔會慢啊，點慢都4 frame 㗎啦啲 game。即係呢個 level 真係唔知點入嘅，可能有一 TC 入到。呢個最勁啦！呢個可以放波之後再過去，跟住嗰個 EX 衝咧又係無敵，超犀利！呢個咧踢之後又可以獲招，幾犀利！好難啊！一花一條命仲要打好多場喺冠軍度，有排打。呢個超勁呢個，睇下 放粒波，要再 rush 過去再搏招，跟住再 level 3。我明㗎啦。
Was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
呢個係咩嚟㗎？呢個呢個係講緊嗰個香級嗰個獎金數，正出咩教學啊？我會出嘅，不過有啲時間要學下隻 game 點用先。夠鳩，你中意啲夠鳩嘅角色。啊，咁啊開始啦，4點啦。
But unfortunately, my hair does not benefit from riding on the ocean. Myself, Ringe, and Jake Ryan here in the building at the wee hours of the morning here on the West Coast. But it's all good because today we are covering the top 16 for Asia East for that CPT, baby.
It is such a beautiful morning and one of the strongest regions in the world, especially like in player history, and then coming into Street Fighter 6 as well. And there's a lot of familiar faces, not where you'd expect them to be though. This top 16 has definitely been a barn burner, and I love what's going to unfold here today because everything that's on the line, it's a Capcom Pro Tour spot and a berth into top 8. So lots of fight.
counter 啲 top tier 好難，top tier 就因為好難 counter 先至叫 top tier。即係都教你點包剪揼咯，好難講到嗰個，即係咁樣就贏啊，冇可能。好似阿陣啦，我都有諗，因為真係好難 counter，好勁啲角色。
Yeah, and the top 16, like we said, lots of old faces, new faces.
好難整㗎。
The region has been so strong for years, right?
依家啲角色黐線嘅啲勁過。
And I remember I commentated in the weird hours of the night. I was just so
仲癲過以前。
entire time. So having these players return and show up in Street Fighter 6 and show that same consistency, but having the new faces is always a treat. I know that we had
有拜寶，
so far was crowned.
有。
And it was the Ryu journey.
佢應該會 show 出嚟嘅，我相信。 等等。
But he sure fought his heart out, and that new face was beautiful for me. And there's more that they're fighting for than just the Capcom Pro Tour space, right?
Oh, of course. We got our own little prizing set up here.
有得幾早嘅呢個香港要，以前冇咁早嘅。Top 4有錢，咁呢啲美金嚟嘅。第4咧可能都有5嚿水。
To that upper echelon of results. So in addition to that Capcom Cup spot,
好過啲，即係好過以前咁樣冇錢，定係得個打字，因為啲錢賺。不過，唉，攞唔到啦，太難拎啦呢個 Top 5。我 Top 8都有困難，我係 Top 4。
CPTs, you're going to have her on your radar. So the prizing, you're going to want to get that money as well as that first place to secure the Capcom Pro Tour spot, as that's what we're all in contention. That's $2 million, over $2 million, and $1 million.
呢個先緊要啊！100萬，屈機100萬啫。 100萬講緊係，即係你可以，你慳啲使可以退休。你唔好咁，即係你唔好咁鳩用晒佢。唔好賭，唔好嫖啊嘛，應該可以夠退休。
He don't want to see that. He don't want to see that at Capcom Cup. Nobody wants to see that. In terms of the players, right? I think all the spectators, the viewers, are definitely going to get a kick out of seeing the Zangief at Capcom Cup. But that's always a dangerous man to be across the screen with. But I do want to get into the top 16 bracket if we can here momentarily. Because yes, indeed.
係啦，呢個就 winner bracket。咁啊，Lisa 對嗰個 Westing Man，Top29對 Empire。Chris Won 對 Yolo，NL 對 Yuma。要啊，扣咗打個8折都夠用啦，係嘛？有戇鳩嘅，好似係你離開美國咧要扣1次稅，跟住進入香港又要扣1次稅，收2次稅，有可能得翻70都唔奇。
I am gearing to watch that one. As an ICFC Asia regular, Uma was a dominating factor throughout the season, won the entire thing, and of course NL I think is thought of as maybe the strongest player.
可能當收入稅咯，當收入咯，我係收入，有機會扣稅。咁啊，下邊就係我啦，低殺
Again, these are names that I haven't been able to see the most, and I'm really excited to see them in Street Fighter 6 because the style and gameplay. Let's see how they transition.
盡力啦，咁我喺上邊第一場都殺，呢個 CJC 對 OK。
I did not expect both these names to be the first round of top 16 losers.
Yeah, man.
CJZ versus Oil King, and Oil King in his respective winner side got sent to losers in a 2-1 set and then was able to bring it back.
Oil King 輸 Mickey 啊嘛，跟住跌咗落嚟，跟住就 loser 就覆翻佢。
To be in that top 16 winner side, now you've got to work even harder, and you've only got one chance to really make it happen. And it's not often that from losers the winner makes it all the way, gets the grand finals reset, and does it. It does happen, but it is a rare occurrence.
係咁噶啦。
Yun Jabez and Fox Rain on the left side, on the bottom there, and then Sun Baby versus Serini is going to close out our top 16.
盡力啦，
Across the board, I think any of these players can realistically take it.
進攻好打係啊，進攻勁用 can 啦，你唔用 look 啊。
Especially being in that winner side position.
好難啊！第一關過唔過到？贏咗呢個之後咧，就要打NL 同埋卡加米輸咗嗰個咯。
Murmuring,
Yeah,
right?
Luca.
The word on the vine is Lashar and Uma are probably two of the people that are going to give him the most trouble. And Uma is that top 16 draw he's going to get in a 2 out of 3 setting. Not quite 3 out of 5 till tomorrow. But yeah, as you mentioned, Fox Rain, Sun Baby, and Serena, I want to highlight them towards the bottom of the losers bracket. Fox Rain was the other person that defeated Xiao Bao in the losers bracket. Sun Baby defeated Gamer B.
呢個好後啦，呢個
She ended up double Jeopardy. Yeah.
呢個 Top 8嘅事，贏咗先講啦。
defeated RB. So yeah, I mean these players that got here in the top 16, they didn't get here by chance, right? They put some bodies in bags.
練習到好難追得上佢哋。依家仲要依家仲要身兼多職。 一日可以打2-3個鐘機啊，最多。
Completely had like it went over my head. Gamer B not in the top 16, and I think every single person would have expected him to be there, especially with his storied history, 8 on and 4, really performing in 5 as well, and not having it come up for this first time in 6. Obviously, the World Warrior is still going to be there, so hope to see more Gamer B in that facet and thrive there, but. Not here today, and you know, going.
下邊就係嗰啲咁嘅，即係之前打 pool 嗰啲 matchup history。
Asia East region here, Lashar versus Korea. It's Korean wrestling, man, and it is Chun versus Jury, and I love seeing this matchup because a lot of people have been sleeping on Chun. I think she's incredibly strong. Oppressive, yeah, that size says everything. Oppressive buttons across the board. Her anti-air is a little inconsistent.
24歲啊！
But the fact that
唉，
anytime you
後
throw a
生。
fireball and she has level 2, I can punish you full screen. That's terrifying. And Jury also, if she gets rolling, I don't know. Korean wrestling man might start grappling.
All I gotta say about the Chun Down players is you're lucky that we have real sponsors for this stream, or else I would let things fly that I otherwise I'm not going to. But yeah,
好啦，咁啊應該開始啦。呢個係下次嗰個東美嗰個 CPT。咁啊，做埋宣傳，應該打㗎咯喎。
Suffocating style of pressure. I think that's what really appeals to him about the character.
我錯唔到星㗎，所以有星嘅角色係唔使我諗，唔係好錯到咯，咪即係錯我唔可以攞星嚟對空咯，偷無入星都 OK。即係睇人嗰個熟練度。
But yeah, both of these players tremendous. Oh, excuse me, characters tremendous on the ground. Let's see how they play it.
未拉過佢，未拉 Pump Idol。黐線，唉，交俾你哋啦。咁啊，跟住個波行就緊咗㗎啦。我呢個春麗個波係行得慢嘅，所以咧佢可以跟住咁行。咁啊，冇咗一下之後就放個地波做呢個壓制對空。咁啊，雖然其實我覺得即係對春麗嚟講都好結果嚟，因為換咗邊啊嘛。 咁啊呢個加 film， 個下重拳之後再行運口水，咁啊放波，咁啊放波係屈機嘅，因為個波太慢，可以做頭。咁啊，對我百利吉，再對面就 play 之後再 watch 過嚟。咁啊，下山床再一個前打，下山床有啲奇怪，可能下山床可以攞嚟過嗰個地波，即係出 Julie 咧放個地波咧，咁啊下山床可以穿過嚟。不過啦，當然就放嗰次出啦。如果你即係放咗之後先出咧，就對面可以擋你個下山床，或者甚至可以升你個下山床。 咁啊，中期攞加 fit， 打咗個 counter hit 就贏㗎啦，又搏落去。咁啊，對面大鑊啦，擋到佢。啊，擋晒，然後就 watch combo， 呢個可以搏下中拳好似，冇重拳再下山錘。咁就乾脆利落啊！哦，靚，升到佢邊嗰個 rush， 咁啊對面重腳減3，行前搭落去，咁啊推波佢。因為 Julie 對個波手段就係跳插腳，但係出嚟嗰個波又嗰啲即係收招唔係好慢，所以就都唔算易過。嚟到喺度放波，咁啊 parry 完之後見到對面 rush 咧，咁啊即刻用個升截停佢。如果擋咗就對面有控制。喂 rush 佢唔靚啊！咁啊低8列呢個打解達嘅。因為係 punish counter 嘅關係咧，可以搏招。呢個就因為佢 burn out 啦就嚟，所以就 level 3送佢一程。因為6格氣對 burn out 就好大力噶，而家咁，依家每一個輕拳都係加，呢個又係加嘅黐線。不過就得咗壓力啊，扮落去再攞翻個加，再扮咁啊！呢啲扮咧，即使唔係暈啊。咁啊呢個。如果作為一個就係 burn out 緊嘅人咧，就應該要係咁兜嗰個 level 1，一有機會就即刻射 level 1。如果唔係咧，就好易俾佢咁一嘢白暈。嗱，當然啦，最好就嗰陣唔好俾自己 burn out 啦。啊，呢個靚喎，呢個間可以用一格氣掹到個重腳，都算係咁。咁啊，重腳差唔多獎太遠啦，重腳擋咗，又唔可以確反，再前打。咁啊，打個 mid， 中啊，但係佢唔搏唔到招，可以搏升。咁啊，下中腳一 watch 咗咧，對面就 V 反。咁啊，一個好嘅反應嚟，因為你只要遲少少就俾人擋到。我都覺得呢招好難做。咁啊，一個試入成功，跟住再入個天星腳，再前打，基本上就一半血就打多個 combo 就2格咧，就叫1下死都唔奇。咁啊，2格應該可以1下死，但係呢個大 combo 得嚟，輕拳入唔得。咁啊，打個對面而家 Julie 係咁喺度 parry， 但係 parry 唔到啲咩咧？佢條巴就嚟冇啦，就係。中一下，咁啊咧可以啊。嘿，搏咦未暈喎，但係咁啊 mid 波咁啊打暈咗啦，咁啊係咁8列嘅可以 chip 死對面，咁啊通死 ENG 呢個最後一發啦，最後嘅波紋啊又要呢個最後嘅波紋可唔可以打到傷害咧？定係呢個擋埋個波得翻1下喎，真係冇啦，擋下就冇啦，最後嘅波紋都搞唔掂。咁啊 set point 啦，咁啊下中腳撩到，咁啊入一套好簡單嘅 B&B 啦，再推埋牆，一個輕嘅試入一個升，中啊，但係冇過招。話升落去啊！用升可以用升咧，就係不成功變成人嘅招式。嗰度成功咗，咁就可以繼續戰鬥。哇叻 ，jab 到對面嗰個 Julie 嗰個火箭，竟然人可以 jab 到 Julie 嘅火箭都幾犀利。咁啊攞快呢個波腳，但係人應該都係減嘅，應該可以長。咁啊停個波，停個前搭，跟住之後再用波推走走佢。呢個重拳有啲難用嘅。呢個重腳又係因為留位靚咧，就好難 punish。因為 level 2啦又喺呢個位啦，呢個位一個 level 2再少少壓制咧就可以打到佢 burn out， 之後又可以做嗰啲嗱，好似玩咩咁，哎呀唔 level 2，咁啊 level 3噶咯喎，如果再等多陣，咁啊爭少少。好 level 2風象 engine 又出現啦，咁啊 Julie 冇 level 3嘅 level 2風象 engine 嘅定係，死咗啦，咁啊 level 3啦，殺咯。咁啊 Lester 就佢乾脆利落咁樣殺咗，都幾一面倒。所以佢係冠軍熱門嚟。如果贏咗就 Winner Final 見咯，我覺得入邊。只要佢入到 Winner Final 就你開多2嗰啲攻略。
Yeah, and that like when you see a matchup, it's like I consider that to be 5-5. That made me think differently. Like Lashar made it look so simple because Jury got the game plan going every time. Like push to the corner, let's start. I'm gonna go for the throw loops. You have to deal with my dash and my strong normals, the standing heavy kick, standing medium kick, everything at her disposal. And Korean Wrestling Man did not feel comfortable going in because each and every time, you get 1 or 2 throws, reversal comes out, and then everything was Lashar. So really love that Chun-Li performance, and it's honestly what I would expect from them, especially with the ICFC performance.
Yeah, 100%, man. So good stuff to Lashar. Going to be qualified into top 8 winner side, so he's made it to the promised land of 3 out of 5. We will be seeing him tomorrow. Of course, Korean wrestling man going to the second round of losers top 16. We'll see how he fares later. But next up, we have 2 staples of the scene, actually. Hot Dog 29 out of Hong Kong going up against Emperor out of Korea. 2 very strong players here. Going to be rocking some
Hot Dog
dangerous
29 對
characters.
Empire。
DJ for Hot Dog. Emperor on the look.
Hot Dog 應該係呢個配呢個比賽入邊最老嘅人啦，34 歲。
We shall see what he brings out today.
Yeah, I really like that too because Luke and Ken have like very similar strengths, but in different ways. It's like I think of Luke as a wall.
Ken 勁過春麗嘅，用 Ken 係 OK 嘅。
Unstoppable force, right? And Hot Dog, the honorary Puerto Rican.
不過睇 style 啦，如果你道服力唔夠嘅話，其實
About this set.
即係
That's true. He definitely.
即係你玩唔到最
I
勁，
agree, man. Street
玩唔到
Fighter
最勁就爭好遠。
is hard. Very simple yet very powerful statement. Shout outs to you, Hot
man.
Dog. I'm loving it. He's such a cool dude. I can't believe it. Like on Island Time, my man's amazing, and I hope he's able to
真係啦
shine with
我
the
都覺。
DJ. So coming up, gonna be looking strong.
I like that quote a lot too, just because it gives like viewers that might not be too familiar
CW
with
下場咪
top
CW 咯
player mindset some insight, right? Like
Yeah.
even for them, even
梗係
for
啦
one of the best in the business, they're like, bro, Street Fighter 6
冇最快拳腳，俾人攬到爆，俾
Yeah,
人攬
so
到
many
傻。
things you have to consider, so many
所以有時有啲 Ken 啊、Modern Ken 啊、
Modern
Modern 蘇聯佬呢啲角色咧，冇4冇4篇有啲難搞。所以呢啲角色好唔係好推薦玩 Modern。
Yeah.
喂，唔可以即刻撳個4篇出嚟，不如嗰啲連帶橋先至出㗎。 如果個4篇掣好難玩。
Are nervous. Like Travis Styles' first interview, he said, "I have never been this nervous playing a set," and he played really well, and he qualified 2 years in a row.
唉，Modern 蘇就上 Master 得㗎啦，後邊冇後邊就無論 Modern 定係 Classic，我都係玩唔到㗎啦，都打唔到上，黐個仆街。好戇居啊！唔知點解咧，一定要下輕腳。佢頭即係佢前重拳頭錘打中咧，一定要搏下輕腳。所以嗰啲下輕腳下輕拳 PP 又唔係 combo 嚟，所以呢個 B&B 冇 Q 咗。
Yeah, and it feels like every day players are
都揾笨嘅我覺得，
especially with the
即係你失咗你領走我一個 combo， 仲要係幾重要嘅 combo 㗎大佬。
That code's super good too. So East Coast is playing with DR, West Coast is playing with DR, West Coast playing with East Coast, Midwest playing with everybody, and we're not playing around anymore. Second match of the day, winners quarterfinals, Hot Dog and Emperor seeing who's
哇
going to
，Look
winner's side.
對 DJ 呢個
呢
腳好揾笨啊！你咁撳咧，總會一日踢到 Candy Candy。可以玩嘅，不過，唉，即係你有心理準備係有啲揾笨，即係個設計玩鳩你。現代同經典都冇㗎啦，唔使諗啦。哇！你咁樣咧 combo， 咁啊唔使啦，殺咗啦。我撈啦，機關槍拳，咁啊都幾慘，咁樣 fan 咗個 combo，fan 咗個半條血俾佢。呢彎同送冇分別咯。係咁啊 ，miss 咗攻擊之後仲可以撳，波落去減3跳搶嘅而家啲人。疏 U 鏡後挑咁啊避一避，放個 OD 波，我2個波，再放波繼續喺度推，話 watch 呢個有機會咧就 watch 佢啦，唔係呢個 Mitty 鏟弱智嘅又係加1嘅已經。呢個自己 ban 我自己係咪好事啊？咁佢都想 ban out 啊，好得意啊，所以咧一定要攞 level 2，但係 level 2嘅時候會夠升咯，夠 level 1，哇！咁啊大鑊啦，輸咗啦佢。哦，因為佢拉住個跳掣個 Mitty 擺得唔好啊，所以咧佢唔可以做到嗰個Mitty 撞啊，咁啊有啲可惜。咁啊依家到2咗大不利啦。贏變輸啊！嗰個操作都幾緊要㗎係咪？咁啊兩邊都 fan 咗俾對面一次啦，咁啊依家冇話真劍勝負，但係資源方面就開多2好有利啊！一個後打，哇！依個下中腳又係揾笨，你真係撳到中一個6 frame 嘅一個好快嘅下段攻擊，仲要安全。咁啊兩個前打，哇！依個痛啊，但係搏波啊冇咁痛啦。而家搏，哇！睇到啊，屈咗過嚟先撳咧，撳一次啦咁就。 咁啊，基本 combo 啦，換唔換邊啊？唔換邊啊？呢個 CA 諗住。咁啊，天灣槍拳。巴啦巴啦巴啦巴啦巴啦。咁啊，放兩個波，咁啊，基本上你最緊要就唔好俾對面跳到，只要對面跳唔到你咧，就應該唔會輸啊。啊，波都唔放啦就嚟。係推波好似唔係好夠啊 Empire 搭啊。OK， 喂，但係唔得唔派身啊！一派身就死啦！哎呀，大鑊啦！你 burn out， 啱啱可以派身嘅個波，咁啊仲唔埋佢咧？冇啦，爭啲你贏咗㗎！佢啱啱可以派身嗰個升下身卜一下咧，可以攞埋個最後傷害。不嬲咁優惠，點解唔夠？所以我唔係好不嬲，所以不過我唔係好 EI 咯。但係最近啲人啲比賽都成日見到啲人 EI， 所以我覺得又好似 OK 喎。咁啊，呢個位崩崩地啊，大佬，你臨尾咁樣送翻彎俾佢，呢一個係1比0嗰個 set 喎，點會唔記得啊，大佬你由出機玩到依家都唔記得。咪一個升就死嘅呢個位，靚反啊！呢個擋唔切啦，呢個太近。咁啊，放波，再有個 rush， 但係唔俾跳。呢個對決基本上咧，對面如果對面係唔會擋到，一係擋一係中咯，即係佢咪一係就中，一係就升。哇！你咁樣 fan 底啊？老土啲好啲，我覺得一個煙係中啊。埋牆易中係埋牆先唔易中啊！埋牆對面等緊你出，如果你唔埋牆咧，板中嘅先至會出現先至會有啲即係先至你會用一啲攻擊去反，即係你唔如果唔埋牆咧，你唔會有準備去撳嗰個 impact 掣咁啊，因為寄身咧就學唔到升。打個 combo， 再打埋牆，升啦唔理啦。一個咁就後打打翻埋牆失敗咗啦。咁啊呢個咧就幾慘 ，level 3應該 burn out 啦呢個血量，呢個暈呢個血量。咁問題係後邊點啫？咁啊應該都冇噶啦呢彎，因為輸太多。但係攬住3格氣去最後一彎，我覺得都係嗰個選擇。
Yeah, it's not bad for a hot dog. You still got 3 bars on deck, right? Massive meter advantage going into round 3.
嘿，中拳打中，大鑊！哇，好勢力！佢寧願俾2格氣搏一個 combo， 都唔俾3格氣搏一個 rush combo。我覺得好唔抵喎，啊升落去啦！因為 DJ 嗰個因為 DJ 嗰個 rush 太遠啊，所以佢收唔錯，佢唔可以離開個升範圍。哇！呢個痛啊，呢個1個3啦。我重拳打個 counter hit 就嚟㗎啦呢啲位。巴拉。咁啊，最後一次啊，邊個領到就贏㗎啦呢個。Empire 都夠，我自己跳入去做咩？都夠氣夠資源去一下殺死啊 DJ。其實要好危險嘅。咁啊 ，Empire 就仲有今晚一格氣 ，impact 可以食到個 impact 嘅，我覺得。呢個重腳不錯，踢爆咗 Luke 嗰個跳入2比0。咁就 Yolo 對 Chris One 啦，犀利。
Yeah, this is the prime glizzy hour, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, man, it really looked like Armper kind of got lulled into a false sense of security at the end right there, right? Because I had just talked about Hot Dog really relying on the air slashers towards the end.
我真係 fan 底。
He was willing to throw
out
fireballs like that, and Armper felt confident in the read. He knew he needed to make something big happen. Tried to jump.
Chris One 同2-9贏，我係贏唔到㗎啦，唔係我就贏到都，我算啦，唉，我專心睇比賽算。
Was able to get the jump in, started the pressure, but it really didn't amount to anything because Hot Dog had it clutch in the last moment. And I feel like this was a huge turning point too. When he got that drive impact, evened it up, and it's so hard to come back in a set, especially after you miss the DP follow-up.
你望下條氣加好多嘅呢個 risk。創樣黐線。呢個我嚟啊
I can't wait to watch them play later. That was such a good punish, dude. It felt like every shimmy was working out for Hot Dog.
呢個真係嗰下真係大失敗。 呢個咧都幾筍㗎啦，呢個跳到個死角跟住之後就冇得碎啦。但係我覺得即係呢個真係呢個就冇計，呢個咧我覺得 Luke 有機會可以打爆 DJ 個條立重腳。嗰個重腳唔係一個好穩陣嘅對攻仔，打和都當贏嘅，但係啱啱個位最後一滴血，但係輸咗就一下俾人冚打死嘅，我唔好咁急。Chris Wong 對
Yoro was one of the players that defeated Xiao Bao to get into this position. And Chris Wong has been holding it down for a little bit now, representing Hong Kong as well. On the Luke, lots of Luke today. We are in the building, seeing it represented. And on the other hand, it Cammy,
Chris
a
Wong
very Luke character in her own right.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, I want to see which character is represented the most. Obviously, it is Luke, and I feel like Cammy can do incredibly well in this matchup. The walk speed is super good, especially with the buttons Luke wants to press. It helps her deal with suppressor incredibly well, especially on the shimmies, because she can just walk away incredibly fast. Sandblast, you go ahead and spin knuckle all the way through, and its dive kick is so dang strong in this game. I really feel that way.
Yeah, so like the thing about
打唔贏咪殺輸咯，
right is that a
冇
lot
計。
of light blocks
輸入落去好現實㗎啦，呢啲
around
嘅。
3 lights, right? Because you can chain your light as many times as you want. But usually after the 3rd light, the 4th light, if you would go into it, would whiff on the opponent. So that's usually when the opponent tries to press the button back or some new thing happens, right? And dive kick is so good at catching people's press backs.
其實
Somebody that wants to press crouch medium kick or
其實打 Cammy 我覺得摩登係好啲，因為插腳同埋嗰個轉真係你要一件就一件，冇一件咧就擋，就焗住擋，俾你真係好快啦，反正。所以其實摩登係好啲。不過當然就玩開又唔會轉啦，但係可以。
It hurts, man. It hurts. It's definitely something that happens more often than I'd like to admit, and it's one of those.
OK 啊，一件升，你插腳喎，一件升。你插腳一件升嘅話，你先撳到噶嘛，如果唔係點升啫？
Because it's going to be a treat. It really is. And both of these characters incredibly strong. We've seen Mena RD on the Luke really showing strong performances across the board. And then you have Punk on Cammy just winning back-to-back can openers and just showing the world he's still got it, man. And
yeah.
I don't know, that character.
係啊。
She's so strong.
啲國際比賽或者世界比賽都係俾啲有準備嘅人打，寫速同埋呢個翻工嘅人係冇得打。咁啊 Rashid 就我覺得 Rashid 啲初見，一定 Cammy 勁過 Rashid 噶啦。咁啊傳説話 Chris Wong 同加斯官打咗100幾200鋪，所以就係冇可能即係好熟噶啦，即係阿 Yolo Chris Wong 打呢個 Chris Wong 打呢個對決，因為加斯官成日揾佢打。 不論之前用馬龍啊，定係因為 Rashid 都有成日揾佢打。Rashid 咧嗰個升係輸 Luke 嗰個跳重嘅，所以其實 Rashid 可以，即係 Luke 可以係咁重。但係呢個一 burn out 咗啲尷尬啦，當然。其實你可以一嘢跳過去，真係得㗎。哦，等你好耐啦 level 1啦，咁啊，因為即係賣場就更加容易出現 level 1，咁啊冇嘢做，咁啊拉後少少啦，太早 V 反我覺得，你知嚟緊嘅啦都，咁啊兩隻 V 反又 burn out，嗱呢個 burn out 我覺得我寧願擋咗佢加宣傳，咁啊想換邊，因為佢要出翻嚟，但係啱啱嗰個。 咁啊，差唔多埋別人啦。哦，哇，中咗就唔會暈啦，擋咗就暈應該。識唔識 ？Impact 落去，咁啊冇血啦，因為佢，所以 Impact 落去打到佢。哦，呢個 Impact 到㗎，但係冇血食啊。兜緊㗎啦，好多時都。如果反波嗰啲攻擊咧，就易兜啲啦，正波嗰啲難兜啲。你拉住個擋掣咧，你好難兜 pair，你好難兜呢個 level 1。咁啊，好多人都甩㗎啦呢個狀。 但係啱啱個 look 嗰個係正波嚟，所以佢都兜到幾勁。咁啊換邊，換邊喎。咁啊淨係攞哦 whip 咗個計，咁啊死應該死啊！有 level 3兩位。咁啊呢鋪都幾一面倒，佢幾下個重拳 whip 咗，終擊 whip 咗就俾下中拳 cut 完之後就呢個血量啦。
that you'd want in a character. And Chris Wong was in control the entire time. Are we going to see the Rashid again is the question.
有啲人係會咯，我唔知佢係咪。
Hopefully we go to characters
MG 俾我見過咁做。
So I think we're going to be switching back now. And I like that decision. You know, try the Rashid
食
out.
招我哋，如果專登食招啊，不如。
Another opportunity, right? And trying that out.
其實都其實有幾個 option 嘅，我可以贏達，可以贏嗰啲，可以唔 burn out，但係有機會，但係有機會可能一個買個 Mickey 就死咗樣，又係呢個兩個，即係你可以賭落去，即係你覺得着數咪撳落去。其實我真係起上前跳成日出現㗎啦，因為一隻 game 板邊係穩笨㗎嘛，咁啊梗係搏佢8，跟住之後換翻邊。咁啊，一係就搏，一係就乖乖地擋，咁啊都係易擲㗎，所以都冇話起上唔擋係錯。咁啊係咁反波拳。對空，呢個自用拳嘅對空添。Watch 咧咁啊攞咗個，咁啊哇！你知 Watch 佢升，如果對啱啱咧，如果啱啱會 Kiss 撳咗掣截佢個 Watch， 所以就食咗個升。不過呢啲一兩次，即係呢啲係贏粒糖輸間廠嘅打法咧，我覺得就唔會再出嘅啦。死咗啦！都幾一面倒啊，暫時睇到。咁啊，仲有個大 kick， 再呢個貼埋個波腳，推埋上，升落去啦，都會俾埋嗰格氣，不過算啦，可能佢覺得太多氣，太多快。咁啊，插腳又插中腳趾啦，咁就可以。哇，後俾咗個但係錯冇 level 3，哇，冇呢啲位係咁撳，呢啲位兩下你都唔撳，鳩落去鳩，哦。咁啊，好大機會 impact 啦呢個位，冇啦，好難睇，反正。Cammy 不嬲都要咁講啦，咁啊，基本 combo 啦，重腳波升，一路追翻一燈啊，但係仍然形勢都係喺 Chris Wong 度。哇！呢個痛啊呢個，錯對唔切空咧，變咗個跳重拳，呢個位就1/3啦呢度。咁啊，下中拳打 MT， 再得個 rush combo， 再壓制，繼續將 Cammy 困喺板邊啊！一個跳後重腳，唔俾佢出翻嚟。呢個後打大鑊啦，自己板邊啊！突然間咪有 can， 突然間有油王。哎呀，你 burn out 自己好危險啊！呢個位雖然一下死啫，咁一個中拳死嘅呢個位，但係對面都有 level 3，你撳唔撳？你撳都係嚟。哇，中呢個，喂暈埋 level 3死咗啦應該，死晒應該死，可以兩個 rush 喺度，一個 rush 就死唔去喎。我覺得兩格死咗有機會，唔係兩格唔死冇嘢啦，睇錯，識計數，咁啊一下死嘅呢個位。到你 burn out 啊！你 burn out 你大鑊啦！你 burn out， 咁啊最基本嘅 combo 再 level 3。咁啊唔覺意食咗一下攻擊之後，俾人 level 3 come back 殺咗2-0。
Yeah, great stuff from Chris Wong. One of the things I wanted to highlight towards the end there, it was what we were talking about before with the light block strings and Cammy being able to do dive kick after him. You saw Chris Wong actually committed to the second on the third line.
Watch 幾下就 burn out 會嚟嘅，所以唔好，我唔係好建議，即係唔好建議咁 rush。
Has been turned in.
Yeah, absolutely love that. And like you said, it's different than the low forward coming out because then you're going to low crush it, jump right on over, and you get a full punish. But the sandblast is so dang effective there that you just get scooped out of the sky and then you're stuck in that same situation.
唔係山頂 ，Cammy 嗰局係幾近嘅，我覺得。
Everything was Chris Wong the entirety of the set. This second game, 20 seconds pass and he's like, all right, pack it up. We're going into the next set. Give me your main character. Give me the Cammy. And the spacing was just so dang good. The first time the dive kick was represented, Chris Wong.
唔知佢會唔會放 break 喎？突然間，因為打完個 winner 個4個，我都要 ready。打完之後第一場到我係。
And the drive impacts were really clutch from Yoro, but I think what put the
多數咧 Capcom style 又係打4場就冇得逼入逼，打4場就逼入逼。啊 ，Chris Wong Top 8啦，兩個人都入到 Top 8，咁啊第三個人會唔會入到 Top 8咧？好難啊，都有句。
Yeah, you better be very confident.
係啊
in the
，message 咗
next
啊，
sequence of
Oh, yeah.
offense, right?
我
if
都
you're
開
gonna
住
do
嗰
that.
個 Discord 喺
So you're
度
off on.
報
Make
住
sure,
個
but again,
message。
all these players that are losing these first 4 matches are not done for the day. They're going to be in the second round of top 16 losers, awaiting the winners of the first round of top 16, of course. But before we go any further, I got to let y'all know all the regional CPT online events are now available to sign up. You feel me? You're watching Asia East today, but Central America East is coming to a close when it comes to the registration very soon. This coming Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific, the registration is done. Make sure you get signed up for one of the next CPT events. It's going to be beautiful watching the Caribbean go at it. I am very much looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing too because there's a lot of strong players in that region, and who comes out on top, I can't tell at this moment. So make sure you sign up not only
你
for
唔會
that,
唔
but
用
we
氣
have
啦？
Singapore and France that are on the
跟住下
field.
重拳先可以搏到嗰個中嗰
So you can see it
個
right
反
there.
波拳。
October 20th to the
下重拳有
22nd,
勁近咧，所以一定要
Singapore
用
and France.
其他攻擊去
November
屈。
3rd to the 5th, registration
Why
is open
no?
now. So make
They
sure you
are
get in there
the-
because almost every
they are
single
the
player
other
is
region.
gonna show up and
China
to get
fights
that
against
spot.
China
There's only
player
2 of
only.
them, and then you have your regions and the World Warriors. So it's hotly contested, just like that. And you can see the schedule right there. September 16th,
我寧願
Central
打
America,
Julie
East,
啦。
Brazil right afterwards, September 23rd, and South Africa on October 14th. So maybe Javi M is able to get that run
Yeah,
back at
that'd
the
be
end.
sick.
He's been training super hard in the Chun-Li.
自己
Did
都唔知。
amazing things at the Red Bull Kumite.
你講玩咗2個月
He's able to do
Cammy，
in his own
自己都唔
region.
知。
Again, really representing strong and showing that you can't sleep on anybody, man.
Most definitely, man. So yeah, again, all of
They
that
got
is
me.
for a qualifying spot at Capcom Cup 10. More information over at Capcom.
哇，30號9號冇二 fan
But I
啊。
also want to shout out one of
過癮。
the partners in crime for Capcom all year long. That's that Chipotle, baby. Chipotle has joined hands
呢
with
個係
Capcom
咩嚟㗎？
during this first
我呢個
year of
係
Street Fighter
Capcom 嘅，
6.
呢個
Download
喺度
the
喺度
app
扮
and
廣
join
告。
Chipotle
呢
Rewards,
個
the fastest way
呢個應該係嗰
to
啲胡
Chipotle
椒餅
brand.
嗰
You
啲
can
香料
unlock
嚟。
the in-game points as well. All kinds of cool stuff going down in the realm of Chipotle and Street Fighter. So make sure you get to the app. Make sure
幾
you
好食
visit
喎，好肚餓添。
chipotle.com/rewards and
呢
get as
28
much
條
free
高人
Chipotle
逼
as possible.
哦，佢一逼啊，所以就 咁咪等多場。
I'm gonna need a little bit more water. I'm gonna need a little bit more snacks.
可唔可以
Some later, but you're gonna get some more street.
嗰個星期出 Aki 咧，你可以唔
5
俾佢用
minutes.
啊嘛。
We'll be back in just a bit, and you're gonna see even
即係好
more.
似啲 local 比賽咁樣，你唔出咗可以唔俾佢用。
Describe the chicken as someone who had never tasted it.
Literally melt in your mouth tender. We don't have a freezer.
好肚餓添
You know?，
飯都未食。
Almost like a farmer's market. When you walk into the restaurant, you should hear the sizzle that you're hearing right now. Just sends all those waves up to your mouth.
You're making me hungry.
我見嗰啲 Red Warrior 一路俾喺度賣工商喺嗰個即係 Red Warrior 嘅時候播。唉，而家 Capcom 放個比賽出嚟，跟住俾大家攞嚟做工商，大家都賺錢。Capcom 就唔使俾錢搞活動，幾好。依家 Capcom 自己 channel 都有啦，不過唔多啦都係，因為你唔會見到啲你識嗰啲牌子，都係啲美國牌子。 哇！嗰隻明啊，嗰隻明啊係賣料明，26定27號唔記得。東京 Game Show 有得玩喎。係啊，嗰幾日咧我去嘅，我都係日本。我可以喺東京 Game Show 試下隻 Aki 有幾屈嘅。你睇下，勁到傻！你望多次個 trailer， 我哋仲有分析 ，Just Film Analysis。因為前達幾勁，又近，可以屈佢搏，遠屈咧就可以 set play。呢個真係屈機喎，咁得大晒，點解可以咁快咁線佢？咁快過車狼喎，大佬個線。啱啱嗰個線就勁慢，即係又近又斷咯。跟住對面咧趴地嘅時候想還拖咧又係。係啊，特登去啊！一定特登去噶啦，好難唔小心去噶。咁啊，放個呢個 F1炸落去。如果入動畫咧，有機會可以過波。呢個咧最勁就係呢個又係屈機嘅鏡頭。即係我唔知佢可唔可以就咁出啦，可能線嘅派身咧就尷尬啲。如果就咁出就好勁。咁啊，落地下個劈毒。第一個劈毒有冇判定嘅咧？定係行埋中招嘅？如果有判定都幾戇居。係咪好似啱啱咁樣我 level 2咁樣引爆佢？咁啊，重腳個重腳可以 cancel 喎，好犀利。梗係冇得打啦，佢哋打啫嘛。試下杯嗰啲維杯。維杯你冇得打啊！我哋，我都想一齊維，我就可以殺晒啲 Vtuber。 There's no time to rolling around that。呢個咩嚟㗎？呢個係 the only one who can save her。我呢只係嗰隻考洲嗰隻 game 喎。D.R. 杯 ，D.R. 杯咪 Daigo 搞嗰個咯。即係一人一個，即係一個職業選手撚4個 YouTuber 咁樣，之後打一個 team match，之後4隊好似有。咁啊啲人你實況主先有得打嘅杯，都稱為威杯。係啊。你打嗰啲比賽，仲多人睇過打呢個比賽。佢哋本身個 build base 大，所以佢哋可以即係會多人，一定，因為基本上佢哋打咧，無論打成點都多人睇。呢個係咩啊？呢個係 Game of the Year 嗰啲評分，冇咁誇張啊 ！Buy now， 買啦！因為打完呢場咧，我就即刻要衝去，即刻要開 game， 跟住就咪睇呢個直播畫面睇我打機個畫面。我寧願輸咗佢啊！唉，我唔想開。你諗下，贏咗之後打 NL 或者 Yuma， 再贏埋就打油王或者即係下面嗰4個，跟住加埋可能即係啲有黐線呢個 black， 跟住打到第4先有錢，打到隻狗咁，不如死咗佢算啦。跌咗落去就唔好想打，即係好多人都係咁，即係太長，有長又難打，場場都硬仗。多啲 offline 比賽好啲，2個太少，起碼4個5個啦，係嘛？咩話？你邊度揾到佢訪問㗎？我上一次見到佢已經係 Capcom Final 嘅事啦。
Finally going through and winning Street Fighter League.
It's like a dream come true. You know, before the team UIU, we
EVO 唔會啊，唔係好似都會，好似都係。仲有咩？佢已經錄定㗎啦，真係好早已經錄定。
Unfortunately, in the World Final, we got second place. But I hope this season we will come back again.
Street Fighter 6 just dropped out, Levy. Do you understand that? You know how big of a deal that this is right now. $2 million on the line in the prize pool for Capcom.
既然有啲咁嘅訪問喺度留低。
How many players joined? Do you know that?
7,000, bro.
It's never like that.
It broke the record for the most.
講到好似 TGS 邀請你去，邀請我去咁樣喎，我都係一個 guest 咁樣入去嘅度。UIU 係啊，打到搞到。呢個咩比賽嚟㗎 ？EVO 啊，好似贏喎，因為佢打到好前。Top 點不機啦，直情全球即係 Top 5啦，不機呢條你可以即係嗰種有你去打冇你打嘅感覺。又真係因為未玩卡呢，見得佢戳星咁快，我都冇點戳啊！插腳又勁喎，插腳又唔會甩，升又快，嗰啲集率都幾高。以前卡呢冇啲咁嘅操作㗎嘛。好難戳星嘅，我覺得即係有啲咁嘅角色，都唔係好想玩呢個。即係你識9，即係戳到90成都好咧，嗰1成好致命。對面即係你插中90成都係可能你8次中1次擋，因為8次擋你1次中，跟住攞到差唔多1000傷害，即係但係甩咗1次咧就俾人打4000。食飯。
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Capcom.
佢哋同我食飯咁勁。
East, we just finished 3 matches lightning fast, and we're getting right back into the action. If you're just joining now, I'm Jake Ryan, joined by my best bud, Ringe, on the mic, and he's been taking some notes, and he's got a lot to say about these matches. I think he is the FGC historian that we need to give more credit, because he does so much work on the analytical side of things, and if you haven't been paying attention, you're going to learn today.
I appreciate that, Jake. I appreciate it very much, for sure. I'm just doing my best, right? I think that's one of the next steps of our community is take the analytics, the statistics a little bit more seriously, of course. And one of these two players, or excuse me, both these players, I've been watching very closely. One for a while now, and one relatively new to my eye.
梗係唔嗰隻機鋪嗰度辦公，一人唔知去咗邊。
Next right now, NL been around the block here. You see how the top 16 has played out so far, though. Before I get to that,
哦，佢唔係好 care 啦嗰陣
solidified in the top 8 along with Chris Wong. But Chris Wong
佢個位就可能覺得做 content creator 實際啲，可能覺得唔夠 loot 打，算啦。NL 對 Yuma。
champion from 2018, multiple top 8s throughout Street Fighter V's lifespan. He's been putting it down. On the other hand, Uma, a person I really got familiar with in Street Fighter 6, commentating ICFC Asia. He was the champion for the entire season.
哦，我敵呢個人先。
More often than not throughout the season. So this dude is one of the favorites to actually take the entire tournament and one of the favorites to give out trouble.
鬧人家。
有
有多啲人都30歲啊！ 日本仔嗰啲先有啲黐線嘅20歲都未到啊，打到30幾40歲幾老人家，即係暫時啲新血仲未勁到可以打到咁高。Mickey 咯 ，Mickey 又得，不過佢大賽失準機率好高，所以都冇得喺度上榜。 30歲啦，仲好講，冇老年齡系列。
the pace of Jury, and I feel like that's going to be the tail of the tape here. But Uma's got a tale to tell about this match.
Oh yeah, let me see what's the quote. This is a turning point in life, and I want to win.
佢話佢人生呢個一瞬間係佢人生。 即係可以邁向第二人生嘅時間，我一定要贏。係啊。
Him, we just saw Yosan had a really great performance at the latest World Warrior in Japan as well, I believe getting 3rd place. So the juries, you know, maybe the stonks are dropping, but the results are climbing. And Uma has a big chance to, as he mentioned, to get a turning point in life and put the world on notice.
嗰陣你睇唔到啊，你要睇 Cap 廣告窗，因為我會打啊嘛，我打我唔會騷擾畫面啦。你一定要睇翻，到時睇翻 replay 啦。你睇唔到嘅。我要走嚟走去點走嘅？
And you know, I think even when people realize they're coming across moments like that in their life, to
咁啊開始啦，咁啊放波，即刻 watch 過去 ，Yuma 用咗100%，用咗個極好反應嘅自定咗。咁啊 lock down 咗之後咧就哇咁樣搏招啊！基本 combo 啦，打落去再撞，呢個撞基本上個個甩就得個。撞完之後呢啲人就達㗎啦。咁啊食咗個波，食咗個波。 飛到個波，咁啊下中拳打一中，跟住做一套 combo， 向上再搏落去，放個波，放波，咁啊壓制啦，行前一個 Jimmy 殺咗啦，好簡單清脆利落啊！放波，下中拳打一中，但係食咗波頭，飛成功啊！咁啊做一個推場啦。 跟住落單之後 rush 過去就基本嘅操作啦。下中腳打中啊又，呢個下中腳係無法閃避係咪？咁啊波單佢，跟住之後再放波。咁啊人同波一齊行，但係俾人一嘢打翻轉頭。呢個波冇保護佢，個波都比想象中近。咁啊係咁 rush 過去，係咁俾阿 NL 接。咁啊一個 level 3 combo 入 CA， 一個基本 combo 入 CA 就死咗，都一面倒喎。但係未死，但係都差唔多啦。呢個位好難。哦，行前少少一個下中拳打暈咗。 都完全冇打過機咯，要埋，level 2都開唔到。
want to see Uma if he can utilize that mindfulness before
再
the set
parry，
to make that
再
turn
parry，
reality,
再
the
parry
dream
唔
of
到。
reality.
Coming into this top 16, I anticipated
咁啊，放個
this to
地
be
波
the
再
most
rush 埋去，
competitive
咁啊
match,
人
but
同
that
波
was
即係波盾咧呢
lopsided
叫
as it gets in the first game.
嘣嘣
And now a big
嘣
whiff
嘣
punish from NL
嘭
here, trying
又
to
甩
keep
咗
that
combo 啦，
momentum.
呢個個個
Oh,
都
that
彈
is
嘅。
an Uber classic, though. All juries do it.
一個
The
前搭
rising
咁啊打
button
埋牆，
calling out the
後備一個搭
dash
再
after the
門邊，
parry
後
gets
備一個
off.
搭咧基本上係確反嚟嘅，不過啱啱佢撳得慢咗，好似冇確反。
Early on. Backdash often forgotten, but at the highest level you need to present
咁
it.
啊一個 lockdown combo， 再一個殺唔殺？殺唔到，殺到啊！殺唔到啊！咦殺到喎，我覺得但係。咁啊揼兩下之後再 OD 波咁樣就打到對面個反擊，咁就 lockdown 咗，殺咗啦。
Taking his turn a little bit early, right
佢開
there.
波就屈過去啦，今次就打法照舊，但係真係成功喎。開風水 engine，咁啊攞咗個，哎呀甩 combo，
Drops the drive rush
都幾大鑊喎。
Yeah, doesn't matter.
咁啊嗱唔緊要，風水 engine 仲開緊嘅，嗰個誒唔係喎，依家好緊要啦，嗰套 combo 打翻出去咧，咁佢就風水 engine 就完咗啦。咁啊一個前搭。 放波，放個地波，跟住個波行下，跟住就但係行後啲呢個地波就消失，咁就可以繼續去做呢個低流。呢個 combo 嚟添喎，仲想中咗地波，打一個 mid 再打一個 basic combo 殺咗啦。哇！呢彎啱啱第一鋪嘅時候都啲人大執到傻喎，依家又可以追翻，都幾犀利。一
Yeah, that was sick. The drive rush forward.
哇！呢一鋪又決定生死啦，邊個贏就晉級，邊個輸就跌落去啦。
Still with the wherewithal. I mean, Uma bouncing back. That's how what I expected to see out of these two.
咁啊屈過去再放波咧，可以呃到對面個勝。咁我對面係咪都屈咗啦？唔理啦。放個波對唔對空啊？對唔到啊！大鑊啦依家。唔對唔到空又即係自己埋一場，自己埋一場就好大鑊㗎啦！呢隻嘅。哦，下中拳試入，再打一個 basic combo。咁啊呢個位應該未一下死嘅，不過都好接近一下死。呢個真係一下死啦呢個位。有 level 1添。啊放波，咁我睇下對面有啲咩？哦，我咧 combo 冇嘢啦，咁樣啦，但係忍得住手。呢個位又推埋牆啦，呢個位其實 U 埋到尾一下死嘅，但係呢位一下死啦。哦，升落去，但係 back 自己係咪好事啊？風水 engine 嚟啦，因為係啦，大鑊啦，用對風水 engine。哦，無啦啦放波嘅。哦，一個 instant overhead 再搏個插腳，攞埋條尾血。咁啊 set point 啦，我差唔多要入場，睇埋呢鋪入場。咁啊 jab jab 再放個反波腳，咁啊對面升落去，然後再下中腳再放波。
like that from NL. Not being afraid, making Uma second guess these approaches a little bit, but still not slowing down.
成功 parry 到啊，但係，哎呀，咁樣攞個咁樣避開到啲大冇俾人打中啊！咁啊，波盾又出現啦，埋牆啦，無限加，哇 ，jab 到好犀利喎！因為呢個咧係一個加3嘅 mid 嚟嘅，好犀利嘅。不過 NL 夠緊撳啊，你贏。咁啊，攞level 3先啦，如果唔係好難打。啊，攞到個 rush，再一個 take fall。唉，中呢位痛啊，大鑊啦！咁啊，你甩 combo， 呢個甩 combo 會死嘅喎，呢個位你 ban 到自己，呢個位一下死嘅，因為升埋添，一個 mid 就死嘅呢個位。咁啊，個波擋唔到啦。哦 ，Uma 2-1。咁啊，到我啦，我而家開 game 啊要。咁樣死。好啦，咁我就唔出聲嘅我打機，因為都要幾集中。 咁耐嘅，睇得未？我邊家介紹緊我，雖然佢應該唔知我係邊個。我係1940，咁高分嘅，先9分唔夠打喎。我對咗空咯咪，俾一拳打爆咗。唉，戇鳩。1號3，冇啊，有啊。喐唔到啊！喐唔到啊！好窒啊！突然之間，啱啱嗰瞬間，啊！我唔跳，你唔撳下中段，我屌你老！乜都估中晒點打？誒窒啊！我對唔到空啊！打食掣，唔知係咪開住個直播咧？點咗埋場店？唉，俾人勾埋，仆街啦！ 俾咗雷。啊，得窒地嘅屌！好死咗。
Live through it perfectly.
Said, I don't think there was a moment where he was at a deficit. There were some times where Sysak really got some good momentum in the corner, creating these situations, but it felt like Yugong escaped at his own will. It was instilling.
我連放嗰個炸彈都放唔到，唔好話後邊啲嘢。
For your region is incredibly impressive, especially with how strong Asia East is. And I don't know, Yugong versus NL is definitely that's old versus new. Right, that is a 20-year.
搞唔掂啊
！These players, he has been playing.
好，唔使理個 Discord 啦。
longer than Yugong has been alive.
掣都撳唔到真係。
Definitely be a pretty accurate prediction or pretty well done read on your part, Jake Ryan. So definitely good stuff to Yugong. He's going to be moving on to, as you said.
唔直播打咁啊，唔係好，我想直播都。算啦係。
Next up though is that match where between the two players that were very surprised to see in the loser side of the bracket, right? ZJZ out of Taiwan going up against Oil King also out of Taiwan. Both of these players been around the block multiple times. You can see mid-30s. This isn't their first fighting game. Both world champion caliber players as well. ZJZ has been rocking the JP in Street Fighter 6, and of course, Oil King. We saw him on the Manon. We saw him on the Chun-Li. But the boy Rashid.
呢度炸彈放唔到啊！啱啱有一次我睇 combo 打埋場咧，鏟腳，跟住放炸彈變咗做冇一個鏟咯，即係就咁中完重拳就放炸彈，跟住搞到嗰個位唯一嘅 comeback 位嚟嘅。呢隻嘢進攻咧爭一下就，唉爭好遠，因為其實得3-4下嘅啫，一冇咗一下，冇咗好勁多。但好似好似啲油王老啲啊，38點都唔會過38啦。搞唔掂啊！唉，算啦，我安慰下自己，反正第4、第5到第13應該冇分別嘅啦。依家都係表演，都係做表演啦，即係唔係真係打呢個，唔係打呢個，都唔係打呢個，一贏都冇獎勵。我咁樣安慰自己啦，唯有係咪先？
And these players are definitely busting them wide open now. And this is a matchup I'm interested in seeing going up against JP, right? Any of these type of like high mobility characters or characters that have these like enduring projectiles like the Super R2 from Rashid. I'm always interested to see how it kind of clashes with the JP and how they play around it.
Absolutely. And Oil King had some time to talk about this match.
新加坡唔去啦。
For us. And
his play well one game at a time 呢句點解？play well one game，play well 即係打得好，一個比賽係一個時間。呢個係咪嗰啲咩言語嚟啊？好似即係認唔到。新加坡唔去啦，唔去重頭，唉，打唔贏。
Rashid has a unique advantage, I feel, against JP in the corner, especially with the charged up fireball, right? Because JP wants to OD Amnesia, and Rashid gets that free Oki every time, so it kind of takes that off the table, and it gives Rashid this wonderful situation. Also, if JP tries to escape or tries to get a reversal, he can go for the short version,
可能係啦，唔係好知。
and then gets a punish anyways because of an
at the time 又好似，如果你呢句咁樣譯，好似冇 at the time 嗰個意思。
What is Oil King prepared for this matchup? Because JP has been a menace online, offline, across the world. Everybody's had something to say about the character, and yeah, a certain grappler defeated one. So I think maybe we all just need to get better. Who knows? And we're gonna see if Oil King has prepared for the matchup. We have to hold, that man. Like the timeline has been changed forever. All right. Uma said there was a turning point in his life. That was a turning point in the meta and the tier list conversations. Reynolds could have given us the correct timeline, and he didn't. But one of these players is gonna give us the correct approach to this match because one's going home and one is moving on in the loser side. I can't wait, man.
Yeah, it definitely gave us a turn for the worse when it came to the Twitter discourse, I'll tell you what. But yeah, it's great to see it again, man. I really feel like all these characters in the game are viable.
即係咪揾唔到啊？揾唔到啊 ？Oil King 有機會啊！嚟啦！咁啊 ，Ken 對 JP。
Oil King, no Rashid to be found.
咁啊 ，Ken 始終 Ken 一定係勁過 JP， 勁過 Rashid 㗎啦。 即係其實你用個 shit 都係其實有一半係搏對面唔識打多個 多過用係因為你嗰個 Rashid 勁啊！放波推埋場打個，因為輕拳就對面好難截嘅輕拳，因為快嘛輕拳好難截。如果你用啲中攻擊有機會嘅，但係啲人咧中擊回報大啊嘛，睇你想取捨，你想攞回報大定係即係盡量減少俾人對面截到嘅機會，係啦。咁啊順雷腳。對空，哎呀冇對空啊，到火力唔夠。咁啊阿仔，重腳加熱，再呢個重拳再放位，兩邊一齊 rush， 咁啊邊個 rush 先邊個贏啦。波波，哦呢個大跳大鑊啦，死咗啦！呢個跳咁啊 JP 始終佢雖然係即係鬆型好勁，但係始終。即係佢對空係勁嘅，但係有啲死角，入到個死角咧 ，GP 就要用 parry 對空。哦，確反啦呢個，咁啊攞單先。冰冰兩下，再放個鬼。呢個做咗下中腳，你 level 3啊？唔 level 3，冇 level 3添，睇錯，又係。打一個順雷腳，再一個前搭，再一個前搭。哇！呢個靚喎，呢個佢放鬼咧，之後就一個下中腳打停咗。打到對手咧，呢隻鬼又會消失嘅，咁就可以一嘢屈佢。不過其實都幾，即係都幾薄。不過鬼中咗咧就好大鑊。人哋想贏啊嘛，想贏同埋想玩街霸係兩樣嘢。想贏就要諗辦法，用上所有方法贏。想玩呢隻 game 嘅話就你可以玩自己中意嘅角色。咁啊，睇你想贏定係想玩。哇！呢個可以搏招啊！呢個後中拳，應該如果重拳就可以甩屈。哇！呢個踢中，但係唔撳埋落去。呢個下中腳係咪避到個 TC 啊？都幾好啊！如果你嗰個嗱中嘅 high combo 啲人踢埋第三腳咧，咁咧就搏你撳掣，跟住打個啲山塔。但係呢下中腳。好啊！睇你想贏定想打街霸啦，兩樣嘢嚟。任何遊戲都係㗎啦，唔好話街霸。任何嘢都係想贏同想打嘅嘢係兩樣。我中意嘅唔係遊，我中意嘅唔係玩啊，我中意嘅係贏啊！啊一個 TC， 再推埋牆 ，TC 埋牆就基本上，哦呢個大鑊啦，但係好犀利，一戇鳩。老西10月開始，9月23號開始，就係 Kimberly 唔會再出現喺我呢個畫面度。哇！你咁樣放生啊？咁樣 reset 真係爭好遠。不過可能都係用，因為 Kimberly 打 GP 勁。但係如果 Aki 夠勁嘅話，就唔使用 Kimberly。Aki 打佢仲勁。黐線，Rashid 點同Rashid 冇毒喎？你知我係人都知，我細個就中意用 Aki 嘅，細個就知毒係屈機。我細個就中意用毒啊！唉，用毒有咩 game 毒係唔勁啊？真係我玩呢個 Elden Ring 啊，毒都係屈機。And yeah, man, just unfortunate, right? You kind of get overwhelmed in this game. It's very easy. 我傾啊 ，CJC 就同我一齊自己13名，之後到嗰兩個冇，一個 Julie 咯，我知係 Fourth Ring。邊嗱嘅？上面嗰個真係唔係好知咩人。Create more space, and the low forward always felt like it was close enough. Every single time the ghost was presented, he was in drive rush range to connect with the. 點解而家加斯啊？而家調轉算就變咗調轉算咧，就可以去買加斯啊！翻咧全名係咩 Fantastic 我記得好似有個全名係咩 A 係咩啊？我記得 Fantastic 嗰個 AF， 跟住 A 跟住 N 係咩 Robotics 咁樣，唔寫咁嘅名，當我估翻先，我 like 咗㗎。
好
勁嘅毒咧係冇打擊判定嘅，即係假如而家毒咗佢咧，佢就會佢係會企喺度食毒咯，佢唔會打你。好鬼犀利。Aki 咁 Aki 全名係咩啊？係啊 ，Fantastic Asian Notorious 嘅跟 Aki 全名係咩
？For more information on the World Warrior events and all that follows.
Absolutely. And if you're trying to learn more about the players in your region, who they're fighting against, their friends and everything, you got to go to the Bucklers Boot Camp. If you don't know what that is, it's a free game link, mobile friendly.
諗下先，嗱 A 就 Amazing 啦 ，K 就 Killer 啦，好冇 ？Amazing Killing。I 係咩咧 ？Illusion。I 係咩咧？呢度神嗰啲好似唔係好夠勁，有咩 I 字頭嘅係屈機嘅，3個 S 嘅字擺埋一齊。Top8聽日打係啊。有咩嘢能夠 I 字係屈機？我要玩嗰啲開心拼圖。Kimberly 有副對空嘅，黑中原勁嘅而家。冇過波手段，冇無敵技咯，最緊要冇無敵技。佢以前有㗎，佢以前好勁㗎。點解會 cut 咗佢啊？呢隻 game 應該全角色有升嘅，我覺得真係無敵技，因為全角色有無敵技，一係有一 film armor，一係就無敵。即係如果冇咧係有啲招係揾笨，你淨係 Russell 揾笨啦，我直講。咁啊，又喺度煮餸啦。上次喺度煮呢個胡椒餅，都係胡椒餅喎。都係胡椒餅啊！胡椒餅唔係印度嘢嚟嘅咩？點解佢呢度都好似喺美國嗰邊都咁興嘅咩？呢1萬啊！呢隻 game 我都想玩。呢隻 game 如果我玩，呢隻 game 我玩咧，我係會重玩咯，因為我玩過，咁就冇大選咁卡。不過我都想，我係食生肉嘅，我都可以睇下熟肉究竟係佢講，即係睇清楚晒。即係如果生肉咧，我唔會調查嗰啲熱水壺啊，呢啲咁嘅鋼琴嗰啲咁嘅小提琴嗰啲嘢。不過要玩咧，熟肉你都要等，我都唔使等嘅，應該有方法。啊呢個有冇人識佢啊？好勁噶，我識晒啲人嘅，得御劍會喺度嘅。5代好似冇御劍喎，有都唔係上庭。係啊，6代喂咁得劇透啊呢個位，6代出6代，我都幾中意，啱啱嗰個女巫，右邊嗰個咯，都好。呢又係死傲嬌。不過6代個系統好，6代系統好好玩嘅。6代係6代系統一定好玩過5代咯。5代喺度喜怒哀樂咁做乜鬼嘢？6代就係呢個玩呢個錄影帶。啲人話呢個 custom 好貴，呢嚿嘢呢個人咧係呢嚿嘢係70蚊嘅呢嚿嘢。Mon Hun 仲有更新嘅咩？黃麗希唔臨尾 OK 啦，臨尾都幾型嘅。臨尾黃麗希臨尾6代嗰陣時係5代好似就冇乜出現過乜嘢，6代就6代都幾震撼嘅。有一個伏筆咧係屈機嘅，我覺得個個都係哭咗。個伏筆真係，我覺得真係要晒3聲。咩？佢哋唔係同步嘅咩？有 Lusa 即係得翻1條命咯。其實嚴格啲嚟講係輸咗1場，輸 輸咗一場同輸咗兩場，即係 winner 就係一場都冇輸 ，loser 就係輸咗一場。咁佢哋而家就打正 loser 咧，就全部都輸咗一場。Elite 即係依家 NS 版本同埋 PS 版本嗰個唔係同步嘅版本，咁奇怪。咁我聽日都係4點左右 Top8啊嘛，大家如果想睇就記得聽日都開，聽日都開機。啊，睇完之後咧就睇下呢個新手會。SF6係咁嘅咩？我真係唔知，我淨係知係即係呢個。我淨係知，我都係玩呢個Well 同埋呢個
I am extremely excited right now because, of course, not only am I with my brother Brian,
就係玩呢兩個比
also
賽。
have none other than Solibus, South Korea's very own TO for the World Warrior program. And on the translations, we have my man's burnout fighter, who I go way back with.
South Korea puts up some of the biggest numbers when it comes to Street Fighter and CPT.
Okay, and Solibus, so are you an OG with the FGC? How long have you been playing fighting games? Around when did you start?
個老手，你聽講咁犀利，我分唔到㗎，其實即係我唔即係我係即係我只要合啱規矩我就打㗎啦，我唔係好理我一個咩人。
I've been watching Spirit Zero do tons of tournaments back in Street Fighter 5, and I think I remember as far back as 2017, I used to tune in on Twitch and watch some of the weekly tournaments that you guys would put on and some other events and watch the high-level play. So how long have you been working with Spirit Zero, and how did that get started?
2009년에 취미로 시작을 했는데 그 이유가 우리도 해외에서 보는 원데이 토너먼트를 해보자, 더블 엘리미네이션 원데이 토너먼트를 해보자라는 목표를 가지고 시작을 했고,
喂，香港得你同 Hotdog， 仲有 Kissone 咯 ，Kissone 都好犀利啊 ，Kissone 冠軍添喎，勁！如果 Kissone 打 Hotdog，我買 Kissone。不過首先佢哋要兩強相遇先。
And then we had a little bit of a dream where maybe let's try a Korean version of a weekend tournament. Where it's double elimination, where we invite a lot of people, and we kind of had a path to the goal, closer to the goal, with Street Fighter 5 and its release.
You know, you started this event back in 2009, and now today, with the World Warrior program, someone competing in your event will earn the right to go to Capcom Cup. What does that feel like to know that something that you've built from the ground up is now putting a player on the biggest stage for Street Fighter to compete for $1 million?
그 캡콤에서 몇 년 전부터 이제 자체적인 온라인 프로그램이랑 이런 월드 워리어 프로그램으로 캡콤컵을 구성하는 것을 어느 정도 이제 완성을 했다고 보거든요. 그거는 굉장히 이제 영리한 판단이라고 생각을 합니다. Very thankful for Capcom to provide us this opportunity where we can guarantee
下次攞冠軍啊！其實冠軍咧，雖然係去咗 Capcom 級就有錢，但係即係有啲尷尬，就係你先你要請一個禮拜假，跟住飛過去，跟住又要即係又要咁當然啦，咁啊除咗登場之外，仲有啲曝光率嘅嘢，除咗登場之外，即係同埋有可能啲 即係同埋有獎金咯，又俾機票酒店錢你，啊算係咁嘅。但係嗰個好似穿咗咁樣咯，一個 K.O. 級就成為一啲咁嘅人，跟住之後你就可以打嗰啲中東比賽啊，或者其他比賽等等。
Definitely good fellas all around. And it's been good matches all around so far today, hasn't it, Jake?
Yeah, it has been blow up after blow up. And even though the score lines say something different, it was close matches across the board. Some of them not. Some of them were very dominating. But
the last one.
At the same time, yeah, that last one was a beatdown. I think the closest match we've had so far was definitely Uma's match where he was able to come out on top over NL. But we have even more matches, and it's still loser side. So one life each. And even if you win this one, you're not in the top 8 just yet. So you got more on the docket and even more.
依家有 World Warrior 打咩？
Next is Yunjabes.
因為咁可以睇埋，就乜都周下啲。
To finish out our round 1 of top 16 losers. And if you can see the round 2, it gets even more exciting.
有時我都想播其他地方嘅 CPT， 不過有時啲美國時間真係搞唔掂。大佬佢哋凌晨一係就朝頭早5點，一係就凌晨3點咁樣，一係凌晨一係朝頭早8點咁樣點打啫？跟住我就放棄啦，唉，都係搞唔掂。
These are some good matches.
I always say that's the toughest spot to be in, is the person that loses the very first match of the day, because then they don't get to play till the very last match of the day, and it's a top 8 qualifying match, right? So
應該打 World Warrior 喎，即係史英嗰個區，冇睇錯啊嘛。
Try to spar with some of these players.
不過佢一個唔知，不過咁都係揾唔到佢喺邊度打。
As you mentioned, next up is going to be Yunjabes versus Fox.
咁睇完呢個比賽之後，可以過去睇 World Warrior。
36、
34歲，我唔係好理嗰個人。做咩 Yolo 唔俾喺度嘅。
I mentioned that earlier, but if you're just joining us, he's obviously one of the strongest players of the region, and Fox Rain was able to take him down. And this is a matchup we're very familiar with, right? We saw Chris CCH and Nephew play this at the World Warrior West just this past week, where Nephew was able to come out on top. Nephew dodged the matchup in grand finals up against Chris T. So we shall see how Fox Rain feels about it and how Yunjabes brings to the table. And what quote did Yunjabes actually bring to the table, speaking of which? It may be very difficult, but I want to do my best. You can see all these players
好謙虛啊！雖然話可能好難行，但係我會盡力㗎啦。
And that's one of the big aspects you need for success at high level.
Yeah, I think mindset is something that people really put to the wayside, because it is the difference between a good player and a great player. And we've been seeing a lot of great plays here. And typically, if you have that mindset, you're always willing to grow, always willing to adapt. And that's what we love to see, because there's not a lot of time to adapt in a first 2. If you get to that first 3, once we get to top 8, you have a little bit more time to adjust, and you can really make miracles happen. So Yunjabes versus Fox Rain, Ken versus Jury, I feel like it's
咁啊，聽日就睇 Top8，睇完 Top8 就休息1個鐘啊，新手杯啦。好勁喎，49個人打喎，個比賽咁多新手嘅咩？香港？
It can fall apart very quickly. So I want to see who gets the opening gambit, who can really control that.
冇各位捧下場啦，唉。今次獎金豐富，雖然觀眾以前呢格鬥假比賽觀眾都有得抽獎，而家就都係比賽選手。咁啊 ，Ken 打 Julie， 我太近啦呢個 ，Ken 個放波係硬地大啲，所以擋咗個波之後呢，就可以確反。咁啊，掟個波，跟住之後再用晒3腳氣再嚟。搶做新手，個名新手都有呢個 combo 添，佢搏輕腳都已經好保守喎，到感覺性。咁啊，靚 Perry 換邊啦 ，Ken 同埋 Marlon 係遊戲入邊唯二，同埋 Rashid 咯3隻，咁啊可以打中對，即係 level 1換邊嘅角色。真係好着數。係啊，搞新手杯啊！白金以下，白金或以下就可以打。不過打 Red 要200場，如果唔係一隻角色打 Red 200場，聽日酒店咯。如果你唔夠200場冇得打，費事啲鬼喺度開 account 喺度收。上次個冠軍就係打得個70幾場 win， 跟住啲人不換，不過好在有更大嘅矛頭分散仇恨。
the Dragon Lash getting stuffed by the stock. Ow.
Yeah, and I like that too. I love the attempt at the
9點打，聽日你依家可以嗱臨打200場，
full extension to the
好
core.
快
You
嘅
really
而
get
家。
to start your game plan. And the game plan is starting to fall apart. Yunjabes is almost
冇
burnt
㗎
out
check 咩？
already. And
到
I'm
時 check 啦。
surprised the level 3 didn't come out there from Fox Rain. It would have
即
been a
場
burnout,
check。
but still on the table.
咁啊，學個波再壓埋場，再打個壓制。哇！呢個其實屈機嚟嘅呢個，因為仲要 burn out 緊咧，呢個每一下咧，呢下就減2嘅。哦。你用咯。但係有 master 有啲有鑽石以上曾經出現過，其他角色有鑽石，其他角色鑽石都唔得啦。講明。如果你開個新大卡，跟住再打200場啊嘛，咁啊。你有本事嘅咪做啦。咁啊有個 TC 跟住再壓埋，再推埋。啊放個地波，再 watch 埋佢壓制，睇我 take fall。呢個 take fall 咧，又都有中攻擊之後做，有。依家好難 show 個 link 俾你，喺個 YouTube 啊，或者喺個嗰啲咁嘅 Discord 群嗰度都有 link。level 1，咁啊唔好。過場之後再講啊！睇翻比賽先。Ken 個 level 2咧係6 frame 起動，超快。我覺得呢隻 game 好多招都6減6咧，但係原來爆炸。DJ 個下中腳啊 ，Yuli 嗰個反波腳啊都係。咁其實如果你6 frame level 2咧，其實可以博翻到好多招。咁啊 Ken 就係呢個有好處，不過 level 2有啲貴。唔好搞掂，咁啊打個 TC 再壓制，呢個 impact 打中，咁啊暈咗啦。咁啊放個波咪儲波，之後再搏 combo， 再當個地波，再一個 basic combo 啦。咁啊呢個 level 3嚟，一下死，哇！有 parry 成功，呢個畫面好面善啊，咁啊曾經都係喺扮邊度 parry 之後再換邊，咁啊我都覺得都抵用。Mitty 立重拳打一個 combo， 中對腳結尾，下一個頭。咁啊一下死嘅呢個位，一下死㗎啦。但係對面都係一下死啊。咁啊如果咁啊 Ken， 咁啊後脱唔好俾佢換邊啊。但係個壓力仲係好大啊。哦，打到對面反波腳嗰個 wave， 話1-1。
to be in that close space, but the low forward is able to connect. We get the drive rush afterwards, and a wonderful way to close out the round. I think something I want to see here too from Yunjabes, we haven't seen a lot of the stand light kick representation because that's a great way to check the buttons that Fox Ring wants to punt. Like
喺度儲波，喺度
DP, you can go into a Tatsu, you can even drive rush if it's on counter hit to get a full confirm. So a lot of good things that you can do. Haven't seen it just yet, but again, able to even up the score. This one decides it.
And again, he's been down backing on these pairs.
我打個 TC 再反波腳，咁啊一個中段，跟住打個 TC 然後再升。呢個前搭推翻出嚟先。哇！呢個重腳重拳 confirm 嚟喎，見到咧大一下之後咧就見到中咧就搏。呢個中段就冇計啦。我覺得 Julie 即係 Julie 咧打 Julie 你起身嘅時候咧，企擋個踎檔，你企擋咧又可以即係行後可以避打啦，因為你踎低就中個下中腳咧，又好難防嘅。咁啊靚打翻轉頭，跟住之後再屈咗佢，呢個波有啲麻煩。哇！呢個加啦呢個，再前打。哦靚啊，打中。
That was good stuff. Fox Ring didn't bite on the bait earlier, but Yunjabes wasn't ready to take his turn after seeing the bait didn't come out. That time he was very ready for it.
真係我見到 Ken 嗰啲埋身手段，真係我都見到 Kimberly 冇啲咁嘅嘢，即係 Kimberly 應該係一個進攻嘅角色嚟啊嘛，點解冇啲咁鳩嘅嘢，反而 Ken 有啲咁嘅鳩嘅嘢。咁啊地波同空波係冇抵消嘅，咁啊 Julie 喺拉波咧咁啊，即係有個特色就係咁。但係個波速埋得慢咧，有時可能即係 Ken， 哇！呢個直升機靚換邊，呢個勁過前條，呢個升唔到啊嘛啲人。咁啊 level 3啊，嚟啦 level 3啦，啊 jab 到啊，風水 engine 開啦要，仲唔開風水 engine？ 仲唔開風水 engine？ 喂傻喎，咪即係打得，即係竟然唔係我最常見 Julie 最屈嗰個打法。哦。 避咗個飛腳唔中。咁啊，波盾啦，又係波到人到。咁啊，但係執到對面迅雷腳個空隙，咁啊打翻轉頭。Final game，final round。好擔心啊！我覺得佢好擔心。咁啊，屈咗去壓制啦。咁啊，基本上基本嘢啦。屈完之後再做個 take ball。level 3啦，我 level 3 ，Julie 用 level 3係，你見到個 Julie 用 level 3咧，你就知道其實佢唔係一個，即係依家主流嘅 Julie 打法，一定係兩個 level 2，好一個 level 3。依家主流係全部都係有氣有 level 2，唔理中唔中，開咗先，咁啊中咗咯，死咗啦。咁就 force ring， 咁啊成彎攞咗。即係除非當然啦，除非你俾人打到撲街，你出唔到 level 3、level 2咁樣就突然之間 drop 到可以用 level 3解圍啦，補埋氣。但係主流都係咁開 level 2。咁啊講翻新手杯嗰啲嘢啦，嗱記住啊，新手杯係唔可以有任何角色係上鑽石或者 master 㗎。即係如果你想打，跟住之後依家先打 N 啊，去上200場報名，唔好上轉啊！上個轉就完咗㗎啦，你嗰個資格，千祈唔好上轉啊！即係毫不留情啊 DQ 嚟，西沙死咗咯，西沙死亡組。係任何一上我都唔得。係啊，我 send 條 link 俾 Rex 先。任何鬼上我都唔得。
Great perfect parry started coming out, and in general, I mean, he just looked super on point on the jury play. And yeah, I love that link after the fireball. It was so clean.
Just felt like all the answers were present at the very end there.
200場真同你打到你贏，你打到嘅話，我覺得周到嘅周到。唔知我哋點周，總之就啲人好勁啊，周到。我都唔係好明。
And that's the present was how the present was delivered to Fox Train. You get a chance for top 8 to find Emperor later, but we're going on to our next match, which is going to be Sun Baby versus Serini. Again, this is the last one of our round 1 loser side. JP versus Kimberly. I am surprised.
The
Kimberly presence. Something's in the water.
Like it.
Something's in the water. They're liking Kim, and I feel like Kim actually can do a pretty good job against JP. She is so dang quick. The high mobility characters, you were talking about it earlier. And maybe we're going to see that same story again. We didn't get to see the Rashid versus JP, but Ken can be pretty high mobility, and especially with the range Oil King was playing, it looked like JP didn't have any answers. Can Serini replicate that, or is Sun Baby going to show us why JP is one of the top dogs in Street Fighter 6?
And just to give you all an idea of how these two players got here, Sun Baby was able to defeat Gamer B twice in the bracket, double jeopardied him, and Sunrini actually defeated RB as well. So definitely a good stuff to both of them getting here. Those are two legends of the region, able to put them in body bags. And yeah, Serini going to be rocking the Kimberly. Sun Baby as well going to be in the building. I'm looking forward to this 100%. And Kim against JP, yeah, on paper, a lot of players believe that Kimberly has some answers, right? Because she has the teleports and whatnot, very quick, the slides, all these things that can get her across the screen to where she doesn't have to worry about the spikes that she can get before the ghosts become active hitboxes. Lots and lots of answers. But, of course, if JP's kind of holster that a little bit, right, not trying to set up the obstacles.
蘇聯佬都唔得啦，馬龍同律師點會得咧？咩話？既然係 Kimberly， 但係全一撐 JP 㗎我，呢啲垃圾角色點會用啊？我一開波屈咗過去啦，唉真係呢個加菲好勁。咁啊，我重拳推翻出去先啦。呢個重鬼推翻出去好勁，但係有破綻嘅，又係重拳之後咧，即刻咁 parry 咧。咁我第二個鬼會打唔中你，跟住再屈佢。咁啊，開始 JP 最嘔心嘅嘢出嚟啦。我呢個都幾勁，呢個咧，呢個立中拳係屈過去之後，立中拳咧係即係 Kimberly 最強嘅埋身技，你勁到係對面想截，哇！呢個打痛反反呢個好大嘅呢個。咁啊換邊，再一個跳，跟住之後重拳再地刺，唔地刺喎，直接放個連衝門，之後再一個埋身壓制。加添 level 2呢個超波嚟啊，好危險啊！呢個我勸你，呢個超波我建議就，因為我建議就擋咗下中腳之後踢入 V 反，如果唔係就，呢個唔得啦，唔出得啦呢個，我寧願你即係好危險嘅呢個，因為 JP 雖然你跳入攻擊都幾大力，但係如果擋咗嗰個 即係俾人反擊到都好大力。咁我勸你就唔好冇啲咁嘅風險。咁啊，滴兩下之後再嚟。好打，好打，我覺得所以咪用。關事，我覺得呢個人係打任何角色都用。係啊，你見到一閃咧就中意下，即係你唔可以閃。一用就一閃就死嘅啦，一瞬即逝。3個輕拳呢個我而家咧好中意，即係擋咗輕拳之後就 parry， 話佢都唔差喎。呢個換邊，咁要點埋身？其實你 watch 佢立中拳都好埋到身，或者用呢個咯。你見到佢 fit 咗個，佢用呢啲咁嘅 fit 咪 fit 咯。JP 個立輕拳係好慢嘅，所以嗰個飛腳咧係 JP 唔可以用立輕拳打。咁啊 JP 就好麻煩喺呢啲位。咁啊 watch 過去再嚟，睇下咁咪埋到身咯，輕鬆鳩嚟得噶啦埋身。咁啊，但係邊到自己就冇得鳩啦呢啲位，因為冇 watch 咧，你除咗等死之外冇嘢好做。尤其係啊，呢個 DP 個死位，但係爭好遠。係啊，瘋狂勇氣係咁噶啦。呢個打依家好似 bail 咗個人咧，攻勢仲勁啊！睇炸彈啊，哇炸彈唔得，唔知係咪 V 反駁炸彈咧？我覺得有機會得。哦，中咗重腳，但係俾人對哭，呢位出唔到嚟就等死啦。原地跳係咁撳個重拳 level 2，咁啊應該食擋唔到嘅，冇人擋到嘅呢個，冇人擋到嘅呢個世界冇人擋到嘅呢個 level 2。呢招可以擋，但係佢係有段嘅，有中段有下段咯，即係你有時踎低當時幾身擋。Parry 擋都得 ，Parry 唔到啊啱啱，因為佢拳腳 cancel 入呢個 level 2咧，靚啊呢個，初 U 嘅拳腳 cancel 入 level 2咧，所以就唔可以你撳唔到 Parry 嘅。唔係今日唔係最後一日，我隻 Mingo 都未出，呢個可以 cancel。哎呀，個中段太快啦，撳唔到啊！哦呀，飛咗過去中，嗰個太心急啦。JP 諗住勁快速度咁樣去推翻出嚟，但係俾新 baby 周到嗰個，你咪俾阿殺豬之周到嗰個，即係叫心急。嗱呢個咧其實呢係呢個咪 parry 到啦，咁啊今次擋都擋唔到。呢4下係上中下中啊，咁就第一下冇斷，第二下就中斷，第3下下斷，第4下中斷。所以呢個痛啊呢個，所以你就要第4下，第4下乜都以為中咗，但係上中下中啫，但係佢 burn out 自己啊，死喎會，咁啊少少遠啦，咁啊諗辦法炸地，就炸多次，咁啊死咗嚟啦都，哦唔係喎，垂死掙扎 ，Kimberly 唔會贏㗎，放棄啦，嗱 Kimberly 唔會贏㗎，你死咗佢啦，哦唔係啊！奇蹟嘅出現，見證奇蹟嘅一刻，劉謙再世，奇蹟係唔會出現嘅，拜拜。好似係台灣最強，曾家陣好似曾家即勁過曾家陣咯，有曾家陣係有啲位又即係比賽突然間會贏，但打落好似唔會贏㗎 Kimberly 同我一樣命運咯。Kimberly 係唔會贏嘅，我仲要講3次。
You can't check it all, and I mean, if Serena would have got that started a little earlier, we might have had a game 3, but Sunbaby able to close it out with really good control, even in a dire situation.
Yeah, good stuff to Serena, though. He definitely made Sunbaby sweat at the end, right, with the slides past the projectiles. Yeah. Like, literally, just by the skin of his teeth dodging these chip outs, made it a very dramatic finish, but Sunbaby was able to clutch it out. Big ups to both sides, man. I love seeing the Kimberly representation. You can see the merits the character has in the matchup. But the JPs have adjusted. I mean, the character is just so well-rounded a lot of the time. When you're in the right mindset in a matchup, it's going to be tough for the other character to have an advantage.
Yeah, and I love to see that too. Serena had a lot of great options and reads in that last game.
聽日用 Kim 拎頭3，新手杯咪啱咯。新手杯去到最高 level 嘅人咧，去到最高 level 嘅話咧， 就 Kimberly 就會消失㗎啦。呢放完炸彈打唔打中？係啊，一放的打係啱，一放的打。
And it's a story of new age versus the old guard. Can the youngin defeat the Street Fighter God? That is the question that we're going to.
16對對36歲，咁勁嘅咩 U 根16歲？
And you've got the young blood coming in to strike for the head.
你隻佢眼鏡都幾鳩嘅，加呢個眼鏡。呢個係嗰啲即係 key 落去嗰啲。
Not Oil King, NL presents. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I was thinking about Ken. I was so excited, dude.
咁隻 game 咧達級冇幾多 ，Channel 啊、JP 同埋 Kimberly 都有，突然之間可以入 combo。
I mean, yeah, he's going to be put through the gauntlet. Those are two players that are really going to test NL and what a lot of players believe would be some of his more fierce competition coming into this top 16. We already saw Uma fall down 0-1, only to come back 2-1 and send him to losers in the first place, right? Now, Yugong, 16 years old, right?
炸彈其實好求其啊！你踩完之後就抌炸彈。 唔好諗其他嘢，踩完之後即刻抌，咁你就可以有呢個壓制嘅啦之後。跟住剩翻嗰啲 set play， 啲 set play 都有嘅，例如即係 TC 完之後再抌炸彈啊，或者前重佢之後抌炸彈都有。不過嗰啲就我都覺得即係好難會用到。咁啊，左邊係俾人打嗰個就 NL 啦，打人嗰個就係有關啦。咁啊兩隻色都差唔多，我覺得。咁兩隻 look 喺度猜，咁啊得到個 combo。 又就一個基本嘅3個反波拳嘅 combo， 再加個重拳壓制。你明唔明 ？NL 比較3嘅氣 combo 咧，但係有光嗰個氣量仲少過 NL， 俾人打啫有啲問題。哦，中波咁啊 ！Rush 咧波係最好接 Rush 嘅方法啦。哇！兩邊用下中拳鬥撩中咧就可以入 combo， 撩中就嚟料啦。哦靚，但係呢個位 burn out 自己係咪好事咧？如果佢啱啱用，死咗啦！ 如果佢啱啱用氣去打埋嗰個 combo 會死。聽日比賽達哥唔知喎，可能佢用啲細牙 account 報都唔想咁觸目，佢就想打比賽啊嘛，佢唔係好想咁觸。我都唔知邊個打邊個啊！講真，成個講真成個新手杯啲人我都唔係好識嘅。咁啊，有 NL 秒咗啊，有關注啦。
Yugong doesn't know. It's the first time he's seen it. He doesn't have a lot of perfects against him.
呢個中腳踢走佢。有啊，講就咁講啦。佢話就係嗰啲講話有興趣，跟住之後但係又跟住就喺度喺個報名表面前立回嗰啲咯。打唔打好咧？咁啊 U 根就有關就一下就削咗 NL 一半血啦。bang！
Yeah, that crouch medium punch is definitely old faithful that we've been able to see here.
6 frames with that much range is +1 on block.
呢個幾鬼勁嘅，呢個哇！因為有 level 3咧，所以呢個唔出得啊。平時就可以用 impact 打佢，但係 level 3咧就唔得啦，因為好似畫面咁咯。我經常 level 3，跟住就基本上你周佢變咗佢周你。對空，哦又呃咗個對空，但係自己兵好自己啊，唔係好事啊就呢個。但係一下死啊都。哦升到啦，第一次就咁樣升就擋死咗，第二下咧就傷害，但係仲係兵緊嘅狀態。一下一個 level 又死，哦冇啦，俾一個下中腳攝到，咁啊打到基本 combo 殺咗1-0。
Wow, and they got back into it so quick, bro. Yugong. I would like to take a moment to breathe, but this is the young man, right? The aggression. You want to get that run back. You want to get your lick back.
They call that the salty. Give me that salty run back. I need it. Only one game? No, not happening. But yeah, NL.
哦，有咁樣原地跳，但係裏面我係兩個綠色一齊撞咧。如果大家你見到兩個綠色一齊撞咧，一定要撳輕，仲冇4點攻擊。如果唔係好大機會你撞輸。 一定要撳個最先攻擊。哦 ，parry 成功，咁啊打個後重拳 combo， 呢個輕吉對空啊，唔俾原地跳啊，呢個危險嘅。好，下中拳切入到，打個 base combo。我靚 parry 啊，咁啊 NL 而家狀態氣勢如虹啊，乜都中啊，咁啊一個 watch 下中腳再中再 watch 過去，咁啊 end 咗佢。 乜都中喎，好難打喎。
The crouch beam kick rounders. That's how NL close out the first game. Closes out this round to put him on set point.
冇拖屎。 佢升咗2次嘅喎，今日。咁啊，一個 TC 打落去，再一個前打。咁啊，一個 Mitty 嘅中拳再搏佢輕腳，對空啊！哎呀，呢位唔對空。到富力嘅差距呢兩個就2個人嘅。咁啊，打到個輕拳，咁啊再埋升唔level 3喎。前打咁啊就死啦，一下死嘅呢個位，再前打自己 ban 到自己。嗱呢個攻勢，哦，第3次救星，都勁啊，擋咗2次，中咗1次。咁啊 NL 係有啲好傳統嗰啲嚟嘅，就死就升。咁就唔會用嗰啲即係簡嚟講，佢有得食達咧就食達，你都唔升，鬥死先升。哦，呢個痛啊呢個，咁啊呢套 combo 就，哇呢個 combo，哇好窒啊！我見到我都覺得窒啊。睇下，你知唔知我輸啊？都話好窒㗎啦，咁啊應該可以 level 3，但係我覺得就我打佢都窒。哇！哇！畫面佢打到個地下，佢打到個世界個流暢度壞晒。喐唔到啊！點行啊？從精神時間屋咁樣，好窒啊！哇！依家係咪有5 frame delay 啊？精神時間屋100倍重力，個波都擋唔到。哦，咁窒都升到，呢場梗係算啦。CPT 係唔會理任何嘅情況，總之打完就完。佢唔會理個對戰個內容係幾咁窒，見到個窒啊！但係即係街86咧係普遍都順嘅啦。即係一般都順嘅，即係佢就係真係佢個網絡要好離譜先可以做到。好 NL 第一個 Top8，對 Yolo 都有喎。
Going to be entering a whole lot more of these Capcom events to come. I know that for sure. But NL, as we expected,
2000錯誤係 PS 嘅共通嘅弊病。BPS 會成日都係咁嘅，有時。你入咗去先計嘅連線錯誤，你即係你入唔到去唔計嘅。一打下連線錯誤，邊個唔係即係邊個唔係間房咪邊個輸咯，好現實。啊，邊個彈出咪邊個輸咯。佢有寫邊個贏㗎嘛，即係最後邊個計嗰個㗎啦。我唔理，即係我唔理。我唔理你係邊個彈出去，呢我唔理係邊個嘅錯咯，總之就一彈就嘭咁啊，就一嘢就計你輸。佢會寫邊個贏邊個輸嘅。
It's a new addition, and Street Fighter League Japan is definitely bringing the heat. So remember, if you're not watching it live, make sure you check out the VODs on Capcom Fighters because Vicious and St. Color are walking us through all of it. They are working the morning shift.
01咯，咁又唔會02，01咯，啲輸我鋪。
Can't stay awake through that, then I'm surprised because my eyes are wide.
我話知係個 server 西啊，唔知就你寫你輸就你輸。因為真係係冇，因為依拗都無謂，係好無辜嘅，我都覺得你都唔想，不過好現實嘅，就係輸一鋪咯，01咯。如果唔係，如果打一個咧就對贏嗰個，我覺得有啲唔公平。不如就西啲就算，一鳩嘢踢落。WiFi 又唔係好關 WiFi 事 ，WiFi 都可以 ，WiFi 都 OK 順嘅，不過有時打會勁窒咯，我都試過1、2次，打下即係有人打搶5咧，跟住有一登突然之間係窒到好似行唔到路咁樣，跟上面跳過3、4個 L， 即係佢唔會成個讀都穩窒，突然之間有幾個比賽冇話唔俾，冇錯，比賽冇話唔俾，但係大家都唔即係你要。但係我相信每人就得用 WiFi 咯。
sends all those waves up to your mouth.
好似佢比賽之前佢要報名咧，你要 up 到嗰個 network speed 嘅，好似過唔知幾多先得，100咯好似。當然啦，講就咁講啦，有冇人 upload 係另一件事。好，仲有3場就完啦。之後聽日4點啊，Top8 4點打3個鐘7點，跟住食完飯就8點零就再開，跟住之後開始，跟住就開始喺度跟住就開始再開台之後，再慢慢喺度睇下邊個過關，邊個喺個 list 度，邊個唔喺 list 度。新英勁啦，直情街霸歷代最強角色，即係有咩勁得過毒啊？就係一個新，就係一個更加強的毒，以毒攻毒，只有毒可以贏毒，啱唔啱先？佢淨係有毒已經夠勁，佢就一買嗱翻咧淨係得毒，跟住趴地 Sir 啊。阿奇有埋指令頭啊！一個有指令頭嘅番真係我都諗唔到點解有咩可以贏到佢。係啊，係咪佢個爪唔知得特別遠硬係覺得，佢個 head 橋好遠。跟住個對空咧個對空咧又好奇怪。嗰個重腳對空即係 set 科立重腳對空咧自轉，好鬼犀利。set 個對空喎，你諗清楚喎 ，set 個對空越自轉嗰個之後無限攻喎，大佬仲有就。係啊，強化版冇錯，一個 S 角嘅強化版叫咩 ？SS 角，我都評價唔到。睇下 JP 都打唔贏 ，JP 已經最強噶啦，係咪？即係阿奇面前都係有得等死。佢有啲 Sir 睇啲 Sir 勁唔勁啊？真係，啲 Sir 如果勁嘅話就。即係一飛無敵嘅話都幾犀利，對面一用嗰啲鳩嘢即刻飛過，即係飛嚟嘅，可能確反添。如果係咁，因為有無力判定啊嘛，但係都幾遠。佢有雖然可以派身，唔知佢係咪派身指令頭定係就咁攬嘅？唔係個毒嗰個範圍，嗰個毒霧係咪太大咧？之前翻個毒霧係一點嘅啫嘛，點解呢個咧係成個池塘咁樣入面游水可以，都好誇張。呢隻 game 我都想玩，唉，不過 but too many game。呢啲3就算啦，我寧願玩嗰隻 Live of P 就算仲好。呢啲3係同啲 friend 圍玩先好玩。GTA 咁樣咯。打邊，我連隻百德之門都搞唔掂。哈馬科啊，啲人話幾好玩嘅。
all the way over to Asia East, we have the actual TO for the World Warrior, and that is, of course, my man's Fireman Ruby. Ruby, what's going on with you, bro?
Yeah，大家好，我是 Ruby。今天很开心。
哇，呢個要聽下啦。
Brown F and Rock TV 的訪問。
Greetings everyone. I'm
哇
Ruby and I'm very happy to be interviewed by the
咩話？
legends like
你聽佢哋講啦。
Rock TV.
Oh, legends! We made it, Rob.
哪個男人？
This is news. This is news to me. Shout out to Dennis, by the way. My man Dennis is on here translating for us. Now, the best player from Taiwan, at least in recent memory, is, of course, Oil King. And he is known for doing crazy DPs as well. Is this just like a Taiwanese FGC playstyle?
可以这么说吧，因为包含其实在 Gamerby 他刚出道玩 A 等的时候，他其实也是选择有可以升龙拳的角色。那即便是到了6代，
普通話唔使好譯啦，係咪啊？
这样子的原则在选角色，所以我可以说这是台湾玩家顶级玩家普遍都喜欢凹。小宝。他的风格也特殊啊，他不凹，但是他喜欢到处飞来飞去，大家的风格都很独特。对。
We doesn't want to admit that. Like it's not like a general knowledge here, but when you think about that, when you think about Gamerby you start with Adon, which is also known for his DP, and he like all the characters he picked after, like Kemi, Nikali, everyone has a DP. So like we do DP a lot, but I don't know why, it's just coincidence.
翻譯啊。佢揾阿路俾
Well,
做
what
訪
about
問，
right now
但係路飛唔
with
識英文，
Chris Wong? He
咁
won
就
the
要
first World Warrior event that you guys put
呢個
on.
係
And, I actually had to play him
Warrior
at Evo. Super strong, but playing Luke, kind of solid. I don't know. Is Chris Wong? I heard that he might be the best right now in the region. Is he trying to put a stop to all the YOLO play and play more of like a slow style?
You know why? Because he's from Hong Kong, so different play style.
I see.
But yeah.
I see.
So I gotta ask you, with you talking about like the FGC professionally, what is your reaction to there now being like $2 million on the line at Capcom Cup? Seeing the FGC grow so much.
問佢200萬
At first,
有咩反應？
everyone seeing the prize money announced for CPT, of course, is like crazy, right? We did foresee like all these more tournaments, more earnings, more people
呢嚿錢聽到就哇好有啊，即係好多啊，
someone from our region
係咪傻咗啊？
from like very well in SF6 to embrace all these things that we just we earned for SF6 release.
But clearly, man, you are clearly an amazing dude, and you're funny as heck too. So it was dope to interview you, and hopefully we talk to you again soon, brother. Thanks for everything you're doing with CPT.
Hey everybody, and welcome
好似都
back
冇乜
to
點
the
講啲咩
Capcom
特別
Pro
嘢喎
Tour
我睇睇
Asia East. We have 3 matches remaining for the day to decide
都唔使諗
who gets into top 8. I'm Jake Ryan, joined by Ringe, covering all the action.
係一隻咁嘅角色。
Nothing but amazing, and I think it's just going to get better from this point on.
Most definitely, man. Like you said, we got 3 more spots left in top 8 to award, right? Between, 6 incredible players for sure that are going to be duking it out. We already have our top 8 on the winner's side set and ready to go for tomorrow, right? Have earned their right into the promised land of 3 out of 5. And yeah, 6 more players are going to try to do just that. So we take a look at the bracket and how it's been broken down so far on the loser side of things. NL has achieved his berth. That's exactly where he wants to be, that top 8 on the loser side. But nonetheless, as long as he gets to that spot, he is a threat to take it. Now we got Yoro versus Oil King coming up next, then Emperor versus
睇印記 OK 嘅
then round us out, Wrestling Man versus Sun Baby.
因為印記係
Such an exciting series of matches, especially with how we saw
印記係一個
doing an excellent job in the winner side attempting.
即係而家嚟講印記就唔好想人哋埋佢，希望連埋佢又好易鳩用啊得佢。
Yeah, with the Ken.
With the Ken, like not even playing the Rashid. Obviously, Oil King known for their prominent Rashid all the way through 5, just making such immaculate performances with that character. And then the Ken comes out and just cleans up shop. And it was so clean, so dang clean. And we're seeing the Luke on the screen right here from Oil King. Character enthusiast right here. I think something that really defines a strong player is how many characters you can have in your back pocket for whatever situation. Different tools for different jobs, and Yoro's got one job to do. Make it happen with the Luke.
係咪兩隻律師喺度 mirror 啊？最後
do or die now. First 2.
都係嘅，你哋每一個比賽佢哋都打啦。
38?
Yeah.
He's on that Pharrell diet?
Yes,
I
exactly.
I did not know that. My man hasn't aged a day since I seen him enter the FGC. That is impressive stuff right there. Okay,
I saw him at
it's
Evo.
all in the shorts.
I saw him at oh yeah, it's all in the shorts, all in the lotion. That's what I'll say. And I can't believe like I saw him at Evo and I'm like, there's no way he's over 25.
Yeah, that's
like,
what
there's no shot. I'm like, he's too fit. The outfits he wears are too drippy. Like my man is like the Red Bull aficionado. Like just across the board, I'm just like Oil King. You are twisting people's minds, making them. You got eternal age. You found the fountain of youth. The turbulent wind took you there, and now you're like, I gotta pick.
Can 打 Rashid，
This is
that's right.
What a switch up.
用 Rashid 打油王，好
Yeah.
嘢啊！
The opening bracket, I forgot about
你有你
that.
嘅本事
Side match.
Yeah, and it wasn't
啊！一個打兩下之後再迅雷腳，Rashid 打迅雷腳都係用嗰個星打㗎啦，打咗迅雷腳之後就咁耐，因為用個立足嘅 TC 打中，再波頭，基本上每一拳都係分開中嘅。
I mean, it's a good character.
啊！呢個因為中咗一個 counter hit 就可以搏呢個中右邊嘅，跟住擋咗個波頭，
do or die. I think
一個後打做 rush 去壓制。
I guess so,
I
man.
refuse to not play the best.
哦，確反啊呢個！哎呀，你做咩唔確反啊？你用 Rashid 嘅喎，你都唔識確反，冇人識嘅咯。咁啊係而家用波拳啦，波拳就加咁。我呢個又加啦，咁啊係差唔多時候 impact 㗎。哦，等你好耐啦，因為呢個又係話呢個靚喎原地跳。 多數 can 咧，人哋放波咧，佢就會用，即係佢放波之後再跑，或者用嗰個 rush 啦，跟住對面一跳咧就升落去，咁啊用個放波咁啊截到對面個 rush， 咁啊嗰個即係 my game 嗰方面柔和勁啲，知道對面會跳，知道對面會 rush， 知道對面會 impact， 啊乜都中晒。到個福，哎呀個 parry 對空，咁啊下策。 哇！呢個踢中喎，但係佢成功，一個後搭唔俾你換邊，就嚟鳩落去啊！因為就嚟 burn out 咧，呢個位其實如果你再喺度擋攻擊咧，係咪一個好處？因為嚟一次放波咧就唔好跳，因為個星係嚟緊嘅。 主要就 pair 個波，然之後行啦行埋。你可以啊。咁啊，用個人推走你，咁啊嗰個波咧，嗰個龍捲風咧就打唔中你，咁就可以彈啦。升落去啊！但係 burn out 咗自己啊，唔係一個好事。跳入，但係 Yolo 諗住又 parry 對空，又還又冇撳掣，咁就成功就攞埋嗰隻一定要啦。係咪又換人啊？又換 Rashid 又換 Cammy 之後等死。
Otherwise, you will get opened up like that. That punish counter is a hell of a lot of damage, a hell of a lot of drive gauge, and
因為 Capcom 攤係乜差嚟？
So I think we're going to character select.
或者所有嗰啲 Capcom 嗰啲
sure, but it looks like
好食相，佢渣咯。
cool, collected, and in control. And there she is, Mrs. White herself.
佢錯唔切啦。
Get it done, or if she's going to be in the cat house for the rest of the night.
之前我都錯唔切，所以我唔用。 哦，咁啊下種腳 Lam 到就推埋杖啦，對空，哇！呢個對空好得，咁啊想走啊，所以就跳咗，跟住就食咗插腳落單，做多個 combo 再落單。哦，靚 parry， 咁啊打一個 TC， 個旋風腿推埋牆啦。咁啊明如果兩個 combo 先推到你出去，一個 combo 推翻入去，又係反邊係打 can 嘅惡夢。 哎，諗住過波過唔到啊！哦，咁啊後見到對面插腳就嚟啦，攞一次啦呢個，同埋補埋氣，啊一個好簡單 combo， 用氣添啊，就波頭死咗咯，跟住一個一唔死喎，呢個一可能會死。咁就一個好求其嘅 combo， 因為冇氣同埋冇呢個必殺技槽咧，超必殺技槽咧，所以就呢個重拳 impact 係基本上中眼，喐唔到。咁啊打個 Simi， 咁啊寧都 pair 到對面嗰個輕拳，咁啊推埋牆啦，跳翻出嚟升，又係換邊，叮叮叮叮叮。 唉 ，burn out 啦，但係 Yolo 冇翻起升啊，又喺個畫面啊，冇人可以，即係 burn out 之後真係等一下，係咪太明顯咧？但係呢個 burn out 嗰個量好長，所以佢仲要諗辦法再，又喺畫面，即係諗辦法又要再嚟多次呢個板邊俾人 impact 嗰位，又嚟多次啊！ 係咪現代啊？係咪睇錯啊？咁啊又冇人可以 impact 到我。咁啊兩架器用晒嚟 level 1打中晒，都幾高傷害啊！差唔多3000幾兩個加又跳，咁啊今次就大鑊啦。哦，死唔死啊？都要鏡一下死嘅呢個位。哇！呢個插腳失敗咗。呢個就係我唔用 Hammy 嘅原因，插腳打空就會咁啦。基本上係喐都喐唔到死咗。
Indeed, Oil King just closing it out right there on the missed dive kick, right? You saw Euro take to the skies, just do the split legs, no moonsault to follow, just death. Oil King taking it 2-0, very well done. Yeah, look at this.
佢差唔多用咗佢3次 impact 都錯一次過 level 1，即係證明係佢真係有晒準備。所以依家我都唔會用 level， 我唔會用 impact 㗎啦。我寧願係咁埋去搭佢咯，佢一定等緊 impact 㗎嘛。而家行埋去搭佢應該解唔到搭。我心係咁諗。
Just at every turn, Oil King was ready for these reversals, right? You saw both 2 times right there. He baited out the super first, baited out the ODDP second, catches them trying to bully him with the drive impact. Again. Just not going to happen today. Oil King was 2 on point.
Dude, 100% prevention.
That was sick too.
That was so good, man. And the thing is, too, if Oil King goes in with a drive rush fierce, it's definitely going to be a kill there. But the spacing game was too much, showing dominance, showing why he has been such a strong player for years. And another matchup I didn't expect in top 8 loser side that we're going to be seeing tomorrow. NL versus Oil King. It's so rough in these deep waters, man.
Yeah, I'm assuming that a lot of people, especially if you just have more of a legacy knowledge of this region and you haven't been following it too closely in Street Fighter 6, I imagine a lot of people had this as grand finals.
Absolutely.
NL versus Oil King.
Absolutely.
And you're going to see it in top 8 losers round 1 tomorrow.
識唔到，識唔到，插腳又唔係一回識出到。呢兩個最大原因啦。如果現代就得。
Emperor versus Fox Rain, both representing Korea. Both have been
impact
up to this point as well. Again, Fox Rain defeating Ujabes in the last round, defeating Xiao Bao to get.
咁啊，最後啦 ，Empire 對 Fox Rain。
Yeah, we're gonna see that Luga jury match。
都唔係鳩嘅，睇住出嘅，我覺得係。咁其實你 burn out 咗，對面梗係想 impact 你啦，都好合理啊。所以你都等緊嘅基本上。所以我依家都唔會，我唔會用 impact， 我係帶佢。如果對面實中啦，即係好似啱啱油王出嗰招咁樣，即係冇氣冇 level 1，即係冇埋呢個冇埋呢個，即係冇埋 burn out 緊，咁啊嚟料㗎啦。咁有啲人因為好大回報啊嘛，中咗就好吸引嘅。
How the fireball game kind of plays out, right? We saw Uma take it over NL in exciting fashion because the fireball skirted under the sandblast, or not even the sandblast, it was this level 1 super. So, yeah, I mean, those things, right? Both of these characters have a lot of nuances in this matchup that they kind of exploit on the Both have great range on their normals. The jury
揸一場，即係拉試一場啦呢個，打埋就開8個。
frame crouch medium punch from Luke acts as such a good counter poke.
拎咁多 look 嘅 ，look 係咪？都變咗 can 嘅，啱先咁多 look。
Oh, but he's actually not playing the loop, playing the Ken. I did
mention
Arbor has been playing some Ken as well, so we're going to see it in this matchup specifically.
繼續放波，仲有6連波、7連波。哇！呢個就係7連波，對面上 impact 過波有機會。但係即係今次有冇放波啊？好在 Empire 都冇呢個反應去對，咁啊一個 Basic Combo 再打埋場，又踢中啦！哦，崩潰啊 Force Ring， 因為佢食咗差唔多20秒嘅壓力，咁跟住之後終於要升啦，跟住對面擋到。即係20秒之內佢升到都會中，但係我剩翻個幾秒對打嚟擋嘅時候就升俾你睇。哦，好實敗人，截咗個 rush， 用個波咁又唔好俾佢放波就唔會俾對面跟住個波行。哎呦，中咗咁啊，再打2個剔。Heavy。呢個壓埋場係用 parry， 希望抽到嗰個，希望有機會拎到個parry， 但係都係冇。咁啊，反而 Julie 撳住，哦，啱先講撳住嚟打，換邊啊 level 3添 ，level 3因為會 burn out 啊，咁就好容易追血，因為 combo 死嘅啦而家因為。 呢個大 combo 啦，係嘛？跳入咁，但係嗱會唔會好似阿巴 Yolo 咁樣咧？burn out 咗都撳得切，呢個跳入有啲差喎，即係慢慢彈前推係冇啲。所有嘅基本嘢啊，等我做個拳腳壓制，基本上所有嘢 cancel 順利佢就安全㗎啦，呢隻嘢。V 反呢個有啲危險啊 ！Julie level 2之後可以決定向唔向前衝，如果唔向前衝嘅話就會擋到個 V 反之後俾人確反。哇！呢個韓國閃電都係搞唔掂，咁啊 pair 曬所有嘅風水 engine，再一個後搭，一個前搭，再放波，咁啊個波雖然佢想跟住個波行，但係個地波掩護佢，但係 Ken 都係阻止唔到 Ken 個擁啊 ，pair 咗個波，再嚟多個，再一個前搭，咁啊放埋 impact 啦，咁啊會唔會 impact 咧？呢個位我覺得會啊。即係最吸引，哇！風水 engine 第二次，一彎出兩次風水 engine，呢個就係正常嘅 Julie 用法。呢個3係揾笨。哦，你換咗邊啊？俾人，你換咗邊就好大，哇！俾人打中，哦，死啦！誒唔係有出咩出嚟 ？Cam 冇停止追擊喎。哦，當都係你 burn out 啦 ，so you can 啦，呢個距離感真係捉得好好。呢個反轉再反轉。咪攞住個 level 2開埋對面 burn out 緊嘅時候，你係殺唔死佢。佢換翻 burn out 嘅時候，到你自己 burn out 就俾人秒殺翻。即係嗰個反轉再反轉。Heavy 冇錯，哇！知你衝過嚟，根本壓制就升你啦。哦，中咗個重腳，再一個踢上去，打一個 basic combo，再壓制前打。所有嘅到服力唔夠啦，呢啲咪雖然我見個個都會咁嘅，但係。即係可以避免換邊，一個前搭失敗咗，踢一腳。所有嘅唔使諗啊，唔好出嚟。哦，好大力！哎呀，呢個學反嘅啦，呢個。哎呀，呢個可以 watch 啊。咁啊，好危險！哇，兩邊一齊放波，但係始終Julie 個波喺地下啦，咁就抵消唔到 Ken 個波。咁啊，邊個小血就邊個不唔着數呢個位。咁啊，開波 watch 過去，唔溝通 ，whip 分離咗嗰個下中腳，對面升。哇！你一過嚟，我又再升咗嘢，乜都俾 Julie 估中晒喎。咁啊，行前換邊啦，然後再壓制。咁啊，睇腳，之後再放個地波，後跳避咗個，但係我之前中咗個波，但係個地波就幫手壓制，一下中一下死嘅呢個位，所以好想個波打中。但係都係最後都係不如理想。咁啊，翻立回位啦。咁啊，啲 Julie 個氣越嚟越少啦，依家得翻一格。好隨時兩拳就 burn out 㗎啦，嗱接近 burn out，哇打中就有啦。咁啊，可以 challenge 到迅雷嘅嗰個 gap， 然後就可以，然後就攞埋咗一滴血啊！贏輸就係睇一鋪。咁啊，兩邊都唔換過啊 ！Ken 打 Julie 就好有好在 Julie 個地波 Ken 可以用嗰個旋風腳同埋旋風腳可以穿過，咁啊比 Luke 好少少啦。對空敗咗，咁啊呢個插腳就因為飛得太快啦，咁啊佢直情係離開咗升嘅範圍，但係要高啲升打中，呢個痛啊呢個 impact。咁啊，用比氣打個 combo， 唔會俾你。哎呀，你俾佢跳到呢個波瞓得曳啊！對面 burn out 咗緊係拉住跳掣噶啦，基本上。好，踢中一下，再放波又中，冇血咯喎。咁啊 impact， 因為對面冇得 impact 咧，你個 impact 嗰個風險好細。咁最後個放波打到對面攞到最後嘅一滴血。咁啊 match point 啦 ，Empire 多 U 嘅咁啊升應該就對佢嚟講冇難度嘅，係有時升錯邊啫。咁啊如果你唔換邊嘅話就升嘅，踢中啊咁啊迅雷腳再升勁大啦！呢個重腳個回喎咪太大咧？咁啊3拳再升，我自己跳入去做咩啊？咁啊都知自己犯錯跳翻出嚟而家，知你唔可以跳，唔可以自己跳埋牆啊！如果唔係。你要隨時會一下俾佢秒咗。咁啊 K 就 level 3啊，是但一拳就死嘅啦。嗱，好似而家咁，是但一拳就一拳啦。level 2，你呢個升2 hit 再level 3， 咁啊秒咗阿 Julie 啦，3-2-1，咁啊呢個 Empire 成功晉級，成為呢個東亞 CPT Top8 嘅最後一位選手。贏咗同啱啱嗰個 Winner 打啫。即係啊即係有喎。咁啊，陣間再臨尾再睇一睇嗰個 Black Cat 就今日就完啦。呢個 Top8 唔係好耐喎，好似打2個鐘嘅。多16到 Top8，因為我開頭 hea 1個鐘啊，應該得2個鐘打咗。呢就4點打16.2。打2個幾鐘，咁啊睇埋嗰個 Black Cat 咁就聽日4點再嚟。今晚開頭開台嘅，睇下有冇心機。而家今朝打11點嘅預賽咧，勁到起身㗎。今晚可能好人好眼瞓而家。呢個迅雷腳真係，呢個重腳真係穩笨，一冰咁樣飛上天咧就嚟了啦。我 Black Cat 睇下啲 Winner 咧就雷薩對，咦仲有一場喎原來 ，sorry 啊，我睇佢，完咗添。咁呢個就打即係 All King 打 N 咧 ，Empire 打新 Baby， 或者Westman。Winner 就係雷薩對 Chris Wong 啊，雷薩對29啊，跟住 Chris Wong 打 Yuma， 咁啊年輕人嘅戰鬥啊，26歲、28歲。
The super fast dash, the drive rush being immense, like her low forward is just so dang good. The slow creeping fireball can deal with JP the same way that the charged whirlwind shot deals with the OD amnesia.
Well, it's true.
So I want to see exactly what Korean Wrestling Man is bringing to the table. Sun Baby showed us a amazing performance on the JP, so it's by no means going to be easy. Either of these players can take it to get that last top 8 spot, and God, to round out the top 8, these players are so strong. They've been impressive the entire way, so I'm just looking forward to the match.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, though. Like, having that ability to projectile meaty in the corner against JP, right, nullifies the OD amnesia because obviously it cancels, or it doesn't cancel, but it counters strikes and throws, but not projectiles.
好啦，咁最後一場啦，又係 JP 呢隻 game，今日記得4隻角嘅啫 ，Luke、JP、Julie、Ken， 呢個就係 East Asia Meta 呢4隻角。咁啊，仲有一下再升。我第2波再跳入啦，咁啊對面就因為冇升啦，所以就講到個波咧，呢個真係夠位嘅。哇 ，pair 埋，咁啊中咗嗰個，咁啊跳入俾人 pair 咧就一套大 combo 啦。呢個中段打唔中，又升，傻鬼個人係咁嚟喎。要拉住佢忍手擋喎，呢次不利都要擋咧，呢次一打。如果唔係就係咁俾，呢個慘啊呢個，跌咗個波之後再，即係嗰個波係俾人洗消咗之後再嚟。如果見到呢啲咧 ，Julie 呢啲咁嘅反波腳位咧，即刻升咧就會死啊！打佢，因為係咁嚟。叮叮，哦，中咗個跳入，死咗啦，1-3。咁啊，俾人秒咗啊！真係 speed 揾到呢場，冇咁勁啊！
Yeah, that was. Oh no, it wasn't the real perfect. You know what? That feels good.
Perfect 都冇乜所謂啦。
Yeah, it wasn't JP, it was PV. That's what we saw right there. 2 different letters he had to hold to his name.
一個波 OD 波再加埋嗰啲，一個波有3格起強制埋身。呢個連哦痛啊！睇手指，咁啊放鬼去做一個壓制。又睇手指。咁基本上就係啲彈幕啦，你過咗個彈幕再講啦。Julie 個彈幕唔係好難，又升啦，暫時未因為擋到個升啊。咁啊又係用呢個，呢個，但係 JP 嗰個下重腳係擋到減6啊。即使見到你擋咗都好咧，都隔確。咁啊用射晒啲氣啦，依家行翻後行啦。呢隻傻佬 Julie 竟然會向後行。咁啊到啲JP 喺遠距離嗰度慢慢就屈機。哎呀，但係 呢個 combo 錯咗啊，用下中拳喎，呢個下中拳，咁啊又屈過去攞個加分，咁啊 b 完咗啦，咁啊啲攻擊就變翻不利啦，靚啦，我終於打到個後跳，然後放個地波，再埋下掣，冇佢想佢無啦啦冇擋到嗰個跳入，之後再撳一個掣，咁啊封上剪啦，唔使封上剪我自己得啦。基本上係撳住嚟打嘅，呢個傻佬打法，咁到傻。哇！夾硬落單佢，有啲計啊！咁啊，吹咗 combo， 但係總好過食咗個波，擋咗個波之後俾人有陣。啊！放波又俾人跳，即係懷疑人生啊！想捅對空啊，失敗咗。咁啊，點3下，搏唔搏波啫？對面見到你假鬼就截停你，之後就呢放3。其實啱啱咧，佢放假鬼都預咗對面 watch 噶啦。即係都接唔到有啲人，咁啊就死啦，基本上死咗咯。好清脆利落嘅4燈，咁就呢個 Julie Top8，因為 Top8 冇 JP 喎，而家死晒個 JP， 好難得有個比賽 Top8 冇 JP。
Yeah, that's how you play the jury matchup against JP. That is the template that you.
好，咁啊完啦。NL OK Empire 咁啊對呢個Wrestling Man 幫佢洗啊真係。
On the other side of losers again, it is NL versus Oil King. What a losers round that we have had. Round 1 and round 2 definitely delivered.
咁啊睇埋個 win 啊收皮啊，陣間會報翻個 win 啊。
Shout out to all the players that were here and the players that were make it and get to top 8 because it was a battle the entire time.
揭過去啦喂。
It's not the last battle that we're actually going to be having this season because remember, there's more CPTs to sign up for. Registration is currently open for the Capcom Pro Tour.
唔係播呢個啊
Next one we have coming up is
Central Black 啊。
Make sure you sign up by Monday at 8 a.m. That might be early for a lot of you gamers, but if we can do it, you can do it too. So make sure that you sign up because you want to make sure that you're not on island time. You don't want to be late for this one. And we got the rest of the schedule coming up as well because there are all the CPT events coming up, not only online, but we have the 2 CPT offlines. Where can they go for that, Ringe?
Indeed. So you
喂，真係唔播啊，點算啊？咁啊，呢個新加坡同埋法國比賽咧，好近啊，22號、11月3至5號，超近，2個禮拜又要去2個地方，因為隔1個月啦，大佬，不如唞唞都好。基本上過，我係啱啱嗰個咩啊，嗰個即係 American East 啊，好似係。定中啊，定係 Central 唔記得咗。咪 Pump 你得 RD 同埋 Idol 嘛 ，Idol 依家都唔好入流，嗰兩個。係中美啊，係啊，中美多。巴西我就唔知係咩人。南美依家就可能 Kappa 咯變咗，因為 Kappa 喺南。
Here for the CPT Onlines.
Absolutely. And if you're not able to make it to the qualifiers there, if you come up short, maybe you get second place, maybe you fall out at top 16, the World Warrior program is also available.
Warrior 喺度揾緊啊，啱啱好似啊新加坡打人哋以前，佢唔諗住 show 個 bracket 俾我睇喎，咁就 show 個 bracket。咁啊 Warrior 就下個禮拜又老氣杯啦，跟住上個禮拜好似打完日本嗰個，今日就打完即係東南亞嗰個，咁當然有其他個都有打啦，但係嗰啲時間太西啊，播唔到俾你睇。咁啊，佢唔播 bracket 我就算啦，我又心入邊默念 bracket， 應該係 hot dog 打阿雷莎，然後阿 Lusa， 因為下邊就係 Chris One 打 Yuma， 跟住下邊就係油王打 NL。再下邊就係 Empire 打啱啱嗰隻 Best Man，係咁。